please. This is a code compliance hearing for the City of North Miami. Today is December 18th, 2019. I'm Christopher Benjamin, Special Magistrate for the City of North Miami. The purpose of this hearing is to determine if a code violation exists at your property as observed and cited by the code compliance officer of this city. If the city is not able to prove its case, then I'll dismiss the case and you may be free to leave. These proceedings are being recorded. Therefore, all persons who are speaking should do so one at a time to ensure that all testimony is clearly audible on the recording device. If English is not your primary language, then please inform me when your case is called, and we'll have an interpreter who will assist you during the proceedings. When your case is called, the property owner, agent for the property owner, and any witnesses that you may have should come forward to the podium on the left side of the room. When asked, please speak directly into the microphone and say aloud your name, your address and or business and mailing address, and your relationship to the property. If you're not the property owner or an attorney representing the property owner, then you will need a power of attorney in order to speak on behalf of the property owner. For new cases, you'll be asked for the record if you are aware of and understand the nature of the violation that is being heard today and whether you understand what is required to resolve the violation, so please answer accordingly. The city will present its case first, and the property owner violator will be given an opportunity to be heard, to testify on their own behalf, to bring forward witnesses to testify, to present evidence and photographs, and to cross-examine the city's witnesses. Following the case presentation, I'll issue a finding of fact on the case. If I find that a violation of the city code exists or existed at your property, then depending on the case type, I will set an abatement date for the violation to be resolved, or for repeat violations, I will impose a daily fine amount. For new non-repeat cases, my order will include an abatement date by which you must resolve the violation and a daily fine amount that will be imposed at a future hearing should the violation not be resolved by that date. If I find sufficient cause to postpone enforcement action at this time, then I'll table the case proceeding to another hearing date in the near future. If you do not agree with my findings of fact or ruling, then the property owner may appeal the administrative order on this case to the circuit court. Since this is Miami-Dade County, the circuit court will be the 11th Judicial Circuit. An appeal must be filed within 30 days of the date of the execution of the administrative order to be appealed. Now, in accordance with Florida statutes, if a person decides to appeal any decision made by this special magistrate with respect to any matter considered at these proceedings, then that person will need a verbatim record of the proceedings. This record includes the testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based. The cause for obtaining the verbatim record shall be the sole responsibility of the appellant, and it is recommended that the person who plans to appeal their case should provide their own court report at these proceedings for expedience sake. Now, pursuant to city codes, if the city of North Miami prevails in prosecuting a case before this special magistrate, then the city shall be entitled to recover all costs incurred in prosecuting the case. The current cost assessment amount is $100 per case. Once the city records an order that imposes a fine and authorizes a lien against the property, then the city will charge an additional administrative fee in order to record the release of that lien. Now, if you're going to be giving testimony today on a case, please rise, raise your right hands to be sworn, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
You're going to be speaking on a case, please stand up, raise your right hand to be sworn in. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say aloud, I do.
I do.
Everyone, please stand up, face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the translations that you're about to give in these proceedings will be accurate and correct to the best of your knowledge, skills, and ability?
I do.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, announce any additions, corrections, or deletions to the hearing agenda, and then call your first case.
The following cases have been postponed. CEEXP 2019-000-126, CEZ 2019-00017, CEZ CU 2019-00016, CEZ CU 2019-00014, CEFFLR 2019-00016, CESEA 2018, 0002. The following cases have been complied. CESWR 2019-00001, CEPFY 2019-00282, RCCOR 2019-00021, CERCV 2019-00115, CEOSV 2019-00090, CESIP 2019-00050, MHVIO 2019-00076, CEWRA 2019-00029, CERCV 2019-00124, CEGMP 2019-00127, CEGMP 2019-00113. The first case to be presented will be 405 PPP Management LLC. The case number is MHVIO 2019-00271. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Gabrielle Gonzalez on behalf of 405 PPP Management LLC and Luisa Gonzalez.
All right. Have your client been made aware of the violations?
Yes, sir.
Are there any objections to the violations?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Beswick.
Give me a minute, I'm trying to find it.
While he's trying to find it, why don't you enlighten me as to the objection?
Certainly. So Ms. Gonzalez received this notice to appear for violation of CMM Code Section 3-210, and it's for failure of reoccupancy after transfer. Essentially, Luisa Gonzalez is a recent divorcee, and she obtained the property to fix it up and live in it. On the advice of another attorney, she was told to put it in an LLC while she fixed it up and whatnot. And she did. She put it in an LLC. So it was a transfer. And in that transfer, she did not issue another reoccupancy or pay for another reoccupancy. And so she received this violation.
I'm sorry not to interrupt, but we're talking about the case before. She has two cases.
Yeah, we hit them both.
Okay.
No, the first one that you're referring to, she haven't been notified for the hearing for that one. It's for the reoccupancy, the second one.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't been noticed of the second one. I only have notice of this one.
Correct.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Beswick. He's usually right.
So she went to the city, paid for the reoccupancy. I have the receipts here. And
You said so once she did the transfer, she did eventually go and do a new one, or no?
Well, once she did the transfer, she received this notice to appear, and within that time, she went to do the transfer. She paid $300 for the certificate, and this statute, for the reason that we're here, is only to determine if it's a single-family dwelling for that reoccupancy certificate. She paid for it, and the city refused to give it to her, or it was not issued.
Mr. Beswick.
Good morning, Gary Beswick, minimum housing officer for the City of North Miami Building Department.
Listen to my question.
Yes.
Here's what this sounds like. Let's call this estate planning. I own it as an individual. I transfer it to another instrument for the sake of estate planning. I'm still the same owner. I'm still the homestead recipient. Why do I need another certificate
Because
of occupancy?
the ordinance is for the title change. So, like Gary Beswick bought a property. Gary Beswick decided to change it to a LLC. Gary Beswick LLC, the title transfer. So it's a new entity. So that's what triggered it.
Read me the statute. Read me the ordinance, because I'm not feeling that. There's no homestead transfer. There's nothing that, it's still the same occupant. And it's a certificate of occupancy, and it's the same occupant. Now, they may get you on a technicality,
Yeah.
but,
And let me just clarify one thing. We're also here because she actually did go ahead and pay the $300 for the reoccupancy, like an additional $300.
but you know, it has to be inspected again.
Right, and so it's my understanding that he came for the inspection and refused to issue it, and that's why we're here
He must have
contesting this.
He must have found some violations.
That's correct. On the, I have the pictures to show the reason why it could not be issued.
Show council first.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you have to show me. Right.
Have you been made aware of these alleged violations before?
No, this is the first. So she just bought this property. She's fixing it up to move in. Like I said, she's a recent divorcee, and she is fixing up the property to move into it. I understand.
I'm going to assume that these are permitting issues.
Right, which is different from the reoccupancy, is my understanding.
It's tied into it because I'm guessing by the look of the photos that she didn't get a permit to do this work.
It's in the process of being permitted.
It's been applied for?
Yeah, she has permits applied for.
Not for everything that was done. She have some permit, not everything.
Right. So that's going to hold you up.
For the reoccupancy?
Yep.
Does the property need to be completely finished for the reoccupancy? Okay.
Yep. All right. So you understand the nature of the violation now?
I do, and if so, may we ask for an extended abatement date, since, like I said,
Sure. How much time do you need?
probably May.
May.
Well, does she have to
Well,
completely?
she has to get the permits, right, Gary?
Right,
Yes.
She has to
exactly.
get the permits. All right. She has to get the permits, and then
You
she
have,
has
to pass final, you have to pass final inspection and all the permits.
okay. January, February, March. When did you say?
I asked for May because of, like I said, she doesn't have a ton of cash flow, so it's to give her time to
Nah, let's come back in February.
February.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that the abatement date for the reoccupancy?
Yes.
So she has to completely finish the house by February?
She has to do her best.
Do her best? Okay.
Yes.
And at that point, we'll have another hearing.
Which typically, if you've been before me before, that means I want to see progress. If I
Progress,
If I
okay.
don't see progress, then I give some incentive.
Okay, so progress. I understand. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Thank you.
So just for the record, I did find out a violation did exist as cited and given an abatement date of February 12th. If not abated by February 12th, then it's $250 per day until abated. Of course, we'll come back on February 19th, and we'll see where you're at.
Okay. And then as far as the fine, if you find that there has been progress and she's, trying her best.
And we'll give you another date.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye-bye.
The next case, Chandler, case number CEFAW 2019-00189. The co-officer is John Dorville.
Doesn't that person sign that? Why? Oh, okay. There's no one here on behalf of this property, inspector or officer. That's what we're calling them now? Code compliance officer.
Good morning, John Dorville, with the City of North Miami Code Compliance Office. This case is in reference to the property on 425 Northeast 136th Street. Please repair and replace damaged fencing and call for reinspection. That was the gist of the violation.
Is it still in violation?
It's currently in violation. The property was given proper notice. It was posted for this on 12/3/19 at 2:51 a.m. The notice to appear.
Properly posted?
Property posted on that date.
Okay. Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Given abatement date of January 8th, if not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated. Next case.
Christina Lotus, case number CE WWC 2019-00108. The code officer is John Dorville.
Good morning.
Good morning, Christina Loudis,
Address and
13150 Northeast 3rd Court.
relationship to the property.
I was the owner. It got foreclosed November the 12th.
November 12th,
I have all the papers.
and it transferred back to the lender.
Well, this is what I was confused about and why I didn't come to a hearing on the 20th. I thought the lender owned it and I lost it. And then a realtor said that I could still sell it before the date they're going to auction it off in January.
Oh, so
And-
they haven't auctioned it off yet.
No, but I have
Oh, so you're just under final judgment.
I have the final judgment filed in
You're still the record title owner until the sale occurs.
correct. And so I managed
Not that I'm giving legal advice.
Well, I didn't know that. I thought after when they foreclosed on me and I got the filing, I thought I moved out. I was gone. And there is a roof violation after Hurricane Irma. My roof, a limb fell on it.
Yeah, we're
And-
gonna abate this hearing. We're gonna table this hearing.
Oh, no, please don't. I have a buyer, and the buyer will buy it. And
Subject to the violation.
the title company gave me these papers and said they won't do it subject to the violations. They want the violations cleared. They have a letter from the.
The only way to clear the violations is for you to clear them.
If I had
It's for
the
you to
money
do
to
the
clear,
work.
I would have put the roof on back after Irma,
Yeah,
and I wouldn't have sold the house for peanuts
They
or
gotta s-
lost it.
They gotta take it subject to the violations. That's the only two. There's only two options you really have. Either they take it subject to the violations, and whatever negotiation is done because of the violations, you guys do, or you actually clear the violation. But I can't just unilaterally say we're gonna dismiss the violations.
There's a letter saying that they've already been to file plans to renovate the house completely and put a new roof on with the building and zoning department. They gave me the letter. They gave me from the engineer's letter. They've done a lot of work already. They're ready to buy it. I mean,
Mr. Dorville, what's your take on this?
There's two violations, essentially very much similar. One is for the specifically the roof, and the other one's for the fascia board attached to the roof.
Okay.
I have spoken to some individuals in terms of
How is this violation typically abated?
either by repair. I mean,
Is it abated? Is it considered abated once a permit is issued for the roof repair, or is it abated after final
It
inspection?
can be. It can be.
they are willing to file a permit within 24 hours of the closing, and they were supposed to close on the 15th.
Listen, if that occurs and that's sufficient for Mr. Dorville, then
Which it is.
I'm okay with that.
Thank you.
When is the closing date?
Well, it was supposed to be the 15th. We've done now the 23rd because I said, let me get to the hearing and let me explain what's going on.
So here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
It is dismiss subject
Uh-huh.
to a permit being applied for within the next 48 hours.
Can they
If-
apply for a permit without being the owner?
She said that they're going to close on the 23rd,
23rd.
so it'll be 24 hours from the 23rd, which is going to be a holiday.
Is that allowable? I mean, she's ready to file a permit now if he can be allowed to.
Magistrate, I have no problems closing this particular case and then reopening it.
Oh, there you go. Look at God.
Thank you. And now I have another question for you, Your Honor, please. The house was not in the city of North Miami until, I think, 2015. And in 2000, there was this no-name flood. I got an insurance check to replace the bottom 4 feet of the walls. It was a county issue at that time. A construction company who I looked and said, I looked to see if he was licensed and all that, and he was, took my insurance check, didn't do the work. Now, the county has some liens that they said they transferred to the city of North Miami from these permits that were pulled and not closed. So then when I,
So let me
Yeah.
ask you. A lien search was done,
yes,
and these items that you're now referring to came up on your lien search.
from the county, but not in the city of North Miami. So when I talked to the county, they said, if the city of North Miami doesn't want to close them, but we will close them if you bring us a letter, like I have from the engineer and the buyer, that they're going to do the work and pull a permit. They said, but we need a letter from the city of North Miami saying this occurred prior to them being, the property being within the confines of the city of North Miami. And they will zero down all the liens from that fiasco with the insurance company stealing my check and not doing the work. But I need a letter from the city, and I called Steve Padillo of the Building and Zoning.
Where's building? Where did he go? He left?
And I emailed him, I called him,
All right.
that was a week
Just
ago,
have-
no
just-
one answered me.
Just have a seat in the back. Steve will be back, right? I mean, someone will be back to help you.
Thank you so much, thank
right.
you. And I promise you, it will be taken care of.
So, case is dismissed on city's request.
Thank you.
So just both cases, CEWWC 2019-00108 and also CEWWC 2019-00109, correct?
Correct.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Next case is Hector Gomez, case number CERCV 2019-00092. The code officer is John Dorville.
Hey, John,
Yes, sir.
I just thought of something interesting. Have they applied for a certificate of occupancy?
Well, that portion of it won't be on, as long as they get the permit, they should be, I mean, we'll
There's
have a
about to be
conversation.
there's about to be a transfer,
Transfer.
and no
Hector Gomez.
cert has been applied for.
Yeah, but once they're in the process, I can deem it closed. And once again, this issue can
But
be
you're gonna ding them
reopened.
again on a cert too, because cert's supposed to be issued prior to closing.
Well, I don't think the property has some issues in terms of its structure, so there's gonna be some other issues outside of that. But
They're gonna
my portion of
they're
it
gonna get
has
ding-dinged.
been addressed.
All right, just okay.
Yeah, they can get a conditional, as I've been told.
Yeah, they won't do that either.
Okay.
Next case. All right.
Good
Go-
morning.
Go ahead. Good
My
morning.
name is Hector Gomez. 430
If you-
Northeast,
if you-
135 Street.
If you need an interpreter, speak
Yes,
speak
please.
in the language that you're most comfortable.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
Adelante. ¿Su nombre?
Héctor Gómez,
Héctor Gómez.
Address?
435 Northeast, 135 Street.
135 Northeast, I'm sorry, 435 Northeast, 135th Street.
And what's your relationship to the property?
¿Qué es esta propiedad de usted? ¿Es de usted?
Propio.
I'm the owner.
Okay. Have you been made aware of the violations?
¿Le han informado de la violación?
Me llegó una notificación de esta violación,
I have received a notification for this violation.
creo que es por el parque de una
And-
RV.
I think it's for the RV parking.
And do you dispute the violation?
¿Y usted está en contradicción con esta violación?
No sé lo que es la violación porque no lo sé.
I don't know what this violation is. I don't know.
All right, let's inform him of what the violation is.
Once again, this is for property 435 Northeast 135th
Está
Street.
informando lo que
This
es la violación.
violation, this property, just to, pro forma, this property was posted on 12/3/19
Yes,
at
and this-
12:28 p.m.
Se le han puesto una notificación.
This
en el-
violation
en
is
el-
for an
en
RV
su
on the
propiedad.
property. He actually has several
Tiene
RVs on
un
the
RV,
property.
tiene varios
My
RVs
photo,
en la propiedad.
side view photo, excuse my photo, but that's basically a large RV, and there's several on the
Básicamente,
property.
ahí es una
Um, Fairly simple. I noticed the property. I sent a notice of violation to the owner stating that they require a,
Okay, so the violation is that you have these RVs on a property and they're not properly zoned.
well, they require a variance.
Yeah, they're not properly, you don't have the proper zoning to have the RVs on your property. So you do recognize that you do have these RVs on your property, correct?
Entonces reconoce que usted tiene estos RVs en la propiedad, ¿verdad?
Tenía.
I had.
O sea, me quedan dos nada más.
I have only 2 now.
Okay, well, even one would be against the code.
Inclusive uno es en
So,
contra del código. Por lo tanto,
You have to engage in a process
tiene que
called a
hacer un proceso
variance,
que se llama un permiso.
which is the city giving you permission
Que la ciudad le da un permiso
to have the RVs on the property.
para que pueda tener el RV en la propiedad.
Until the city approves such an application,
Y cuando la ciudad aprueba eso,
you are in violation of the code.
si no lo hace, está en violación del código.
All right. So I'm pretty sure that you have never done this before,
Yo entiendo que esto no lo ha hecho anteriormente,
right?
¿verdad?
No.
No.
Okay. So I'm going to give you some time
Bueno, entonces voy a darle un tiempo.
to
Please.
get this done.
Please. Nosotros hablamos con la señora Pilar
We spoke with a lady named Pilar
Okay.
el 9/26
on 9/26/19
y dijo que esto era para que esto no restaba importancia porque era para hacer un censo de los RV para pagar un estacionamiento.
And I was informed that this was not important. This was only to make a census in order to pay for a parking of the RV.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
La información es incorrecta.
And so I'm going to find out a violation does exist as cited.
La violación existe, como se le dio la citación.
I'm going to give you until February 12th
Voy a darle hasta febrero 12.
to get the process
Que haga
started
el
with
proceso
regards to
que
the
comienza
variance
para conseguir
or
un permiso.
to remove the
O
vehicles from the property.
Quitar los vehículos de la propiedad.
If this does not occur by February
Si esto
12th,
no lo hace hasta febrero
you'll be
12,
fined $250 per day.
La multa será de 250
Until
por
abated.
día, hasta que lo cumpla.
All right? Thank you.
Correcto. Thank you.
Correct, thank you.
Okay. Febrero 12.
The next case is Roselle Noel and Lusa Sada Noel. Case number CEGMP 2018-00-200. The officer is John Dorville.
Is there anyone here on behalf of this property? Seeing none, officer?
John Doral City, North Miami Code Compliance Office Magistrate. I received an email this morning from Juan Cruz, who's with the city's Housing and Services Aid. This property is being assisted, the property owner is being assisted with the roof through the city. My suggestion at this point is that we give them 3 months plus in order to adjust this.
So granted,
postponement.
so granted.
Thank you.
Next case, the White House condo. Case number is MHVIO 2019-00364. The officer is John Dorville.
Anyone here on behalf of this property? Seeing none, officer?
John Doral City, North Miami Code Compliance Office. Your magistrate, there are 3 cases, pretty much all relevant.
We'll hear them all together.
Home Altogether, thank you. This is MHVIO 364. This is please remove all trash and debris from the property, space, exterior, parking areas, etc. These properties, all of these were all noticed. Essentially, there's trash and debris outside the dumpster. It was, affidavit of service was provided on 12/3/19 at 3:24 p.m. for all cases.
All right. Having heard the testimony, the evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding the violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of January 8th, if not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day per citation until abated.
You want me to detail the other cases, or you've ruled on all?
Yeah, that's ruling on all of them.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Next.
Southeastern Conference Association, case number CEGEF 2019-00006. The officer is Vanessa Willis.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Edwin Cillier from 12600 Northwest, North Miami. This is Miami Union Academy. I'm the principal.
Okay. You been made aware of the violation?
Yes, sir.
Are there any objections to the violation?
No, sir.
All right. How much time do you need?
90 days, please.
All right. That would be. Is that what that is? Trash bin? Yeah, that's
It is to do the enclosure of.
Oh, you got to create an enclosure?
Create an
Yes.
enclosure, correct.
With a permit.
Oh, yeah. 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 All right. Find out a violation does exist is cited. Issue an abatement date of March 11th. If not abated by March 11th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem.
Thank you.
Next case, Louis Beta, case number RCCOR 2017-00027. This case was previously adjudicated on April 24th.
Mr. Betty, you need an interpreter?
Good morning. My name is Santo Reyes. I'm the new owner.
Oh.
And the address is 555 Northwest 127th Street.
What was the previous violation, Gary?
Well, it's basically for failure to obtain and approve reoccupancy certificate for the title transfer. So basically, he bought it without an approve, and he's trying to go through the process. So at this point, we need to know where he's at with the permit that he required to get.
Did he apply? Do you have an application on file?
That's what I'm here to ask him. That's what we need to update to where he's at with that process.
Have you applied for your certificate of occupancy?
No, for the permits.
I mean, for the
For-
permit?
Yeah, there was some work that was done without a permit, so you cannot get an approved certificate until those issues been resolved.
But he applied for that?
For the,
For the cert?
yeah,
And now,
you need permits to comply.
all right. You understand?
Yes.
So where we at?
It's in the process now. They don't finish the.
What part of the process is it in now? Have you applied for the permits necessary to do the work that's necessary to get your certificate?
Okay, give me.
You need an interpreter? I thought so.
¿Ha solicitado el permiso? ¿En qué parte del proceso está?
Sí. Bueno.
Hold on, let me frame this.
Yeah.
All right. You need permits to get some work done
Necesita permisos para
for
hacer trabajo.
things that are in violation of the
Por
code
las cosas que están violando
in
el
order to
código,
get your certificate of
para
occupancy,
conseguir el certificado de
which was
ocupación,
also in violation.
que también está en violación.
Where are you at with getting the permits that you need for the work to be done?
The work was already done, so it's an after the fact.
So where are you at with the permits for the work that was already done?
¿En qué parte del proceso está por el trabajo que ya se ha hecho?
Bueno, primero trabajamos en los planos con el arquitecto.
First, we work with blueprints with the architect.
A very precise question begs for a very precise answer.
Yo le estoy haciendo una pregunta muy precisa y
So,
quiero una respuesta bien precisa.
Have you yet applied for a after the fact permit?
¿Ha solicitado ya el permiso después de haber hecho el trabajo? ¿Ya lo ha hecho?
Sí, claro.
Yes, I did.
Do we have record of that?
I can't look at it now.
Hay un récord de eso, le está preguntando.
Do you have proof of application?
¿Tiene una prueba de la aplicación que hizo?
Sí, yo tengo.
Yes, I do.
All right. Mr. Beswick, he says he has some proof of
I
application.
don't know. But the planos is in the process. They check the second time now. Yes. You see.
Yes, you have proof.
All right.
It's in the
Tiene una
process.
prueba. Dice que
All
tiene
right.
una
So
prueba.
table, we're gonna table it?
Yeah, just ask him how much time you
Lo que
need,
vamos a hacer,
basically.
dice,
How much time you need to finish up the work for the permit?
¿cuánto tiempo necesita para terminar el trabajo?
Para terminar el trabajo, lo más pronto que me aprueben los permisos.
As soon as I get the permits.
All right, so I was thinking the same thing. You've applied for the permit, so I'm gonna give you another 60 days.
Bueno,
Yes, that's
voy a
fine.
darle 60 días
January
después,
or February 12th, or
Entonces,
February
hasta-
19th, rather,
hasta febrero 19.
because it's already adjudicated, so we're just coming back on the hearing.
Thank you.
All right.
Febrero 19.
Thank you.
The next case is Sandra Lewis. Case number is CEFAW 2019-00173. The code officer is Edme St. Louis.
St. Louis, you over there now?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Sandra Luis Portas, and I'm at 1320 Northeast 131 Street, North Miami 33161.
And your relationship to the property?
I'm the owner, sir.
All right. You've been made aware of the violation?
I wasn't made aware of the violation until the tenant faxed me a copy of it via phone, and then I went and I picked it up. She said that it was served in a plastic bag.
Okay.
But prior to that, I was not aware at all.
Yeah, those pesky tenants.
Did me a favor. I'm here today.
So, you've read the violation. Are there any objections to the violation?
Yes, I don't know if you call it violations, but I accept that I was not aware of it until I had to report today for court.
Well, the issue for me is the thing that is complained of in the citation is that did that occur, or is that the condition of the property? If it is, then
The property was pressure, the walls that are in questions were pressure cleaned, and that was in August of this year, and the property was painted. And this was, the text that I got, it was corrected the very next day. And I have proof of that it was painted.
what's your proof?
I have a picture right here, the gentleman
Is that our issue? Painting?
It's for the walls.
It's for the walls painting.
All right. When's the last time you inspected?
December 11th.
And
pictures.
were they in the same condition from when you cited?
This is the opposite side, and then the other side is still not completely.
So it doesn't look like that anymore?
At all.
Okay. Robert St. Louis, satisfied?
Satisfied.
Case dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Carol Altamirano. Case number CESTA 2019-00043. The officer is Jose Perez.
Good morning.
Good morning. Carol Altamirano is my name, and the address is, give me 1 second, 13890 Northwest Fifth Avenue.
Your relationship to the property?
I'm the owner.
All right. You've been made aware of the violation, correct?
I was aware of, I received a text message from my tenant in reference to it. I wasn't aware
Pesky
of.
tenants again. So you understand the nature of the violation?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the ordinance that the city had.
But you are aware of the nature of the violation?
I am.
Any objections to this violation?
Well, as soon as we found out about the ordinance, we have proof that it was removed, the posting.
When was it removed?
On March 10th.
When did you last inspect?
Actually, we're fine with closing it. We just want an adjudication, so it's not a repeating occurrence on the advertisement of the short-term rental.
I have a question. Has he done it recently?
If you cited them before and they abate, isn't there a record of that abatement and citation? Isn't there a record of citation and abatement? Why not? If they cite it again for the same thing.
Because they have to have the guilty adjudication.
Potato, tomato.
You argued this last time.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know. All right. Find that a violation does exist as cited, and take judicial notice thereof that the violation has thus been abated. All right. Case dismissed.
Thank you.
Is that what they're doing? Is that what's happening? Can you do that? You have the ability to do that? All right, go ahead.
The next case is going to be Norman Washington, case number CEB-CR 2019-00001. This case was previously adjudicated on May 8th. The code officer is Karen Jean Lewis.
What was the nature of the violation?
A boat that's on the property without an administrative variance.
So where are we at? Go ahead and make your appearance for the record and then tell me where we're at.
I'm Timothy Washington, 900 Northwest 124th Street.
All right. And so where are we at with the boat being removed or getting a variance?
I had a variance. I turned it in to Derek.
Okay.
He was supposed to give it to Lorna. He never gave it to her. It's lost. She gave me another one to redo it. So now I have to start the process all over.
So you obtained a variance?
Yeah, I had everything.
Are we saying the city doesn't have record of a variance?
No, I had it all filled out. I never was able to pay for it because he said he don't know how to work her system, so I couldn't pay for it.
Oh,
So when I left it with him, he lost it.
Oh, you lost your application?
Yeah.
I was losing people applications. All right. I mean, when was this previously adjudicated? From May until now?
In October, they said they stopped giving them out. Yeah.
They had a short moratorium back in like May or June, but it was lifted in September in reference to the variance process.
All right. Just for the record, so it ain't me. All right. All right. How much time you need? Not a lot, right?
No, I don't need how much time they need. I don't really need too much time. I have everything almost filled out. It'll get it notarized and pay for it. So whatever
All
it
right.
takes for them.
See you back then on January 15th.
Okay, thank you.
Or reset, rather. All right, then reset it to February 19th. We're going to reset it to February 19th. The city said they need some more time.
The next case is Yolette Mildor, case number MHVIO 2019.
Say it
Zip-
again. Say it again.
Yolette?
Oh, okay.
That's not Yolette?
No, you said it right.
Good morning.
The case number is MHVIO 2019-00197. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Okay, I'm not Yolette. I'm a cousin, so she's not here right now. She has a town because he issued death her daughter and also issue with her too. Operation on her eyes, her legs, and I need some like extinction at least 90 days so the violation so I can get it fixed if that's possible.
What's the violation?
It's basically a violation for they actually build a small structure. I'll show you the picture.
You wanted to get a permit?
A small structure was constructed in the back. It needed to be torn down.
Oh, it need to be torn down.
Yeah.
Can't have it at all.
Sir, she out of town right now. She have a lot of issue right now.
So you need a demo permit?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to get a demo permit and then knock it down.
That's a lot of money.
It's a small structure.
All right, okay.
Just can't be building huts back there. Can't be doing that.
Okay.
Does it have a roof on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, can I get like 6 months?
To knock it down?
Six.
You need 6 months. You need 6 months for because of financial issues.
Yeah, financial is big.
I'm about to say, shit, it shouldn't take nothing to knock that down.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Two,
I can't give you. I can't give you 6
Okay.
months, but I'll give you. I'll give you.
4 months?
I'll give you 3.
Okay, I accept that.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Well, it was previously adjudicated, wasn't it? No.
No, it's a new case.
It's new? Oh, finding the violation does exist, society issue an abatement date of March 11th and not abated by March 11th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The next case is NLB Partners LLC, MHVIO 2019-00198. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
My name's Enrique Fanol. Mailing address is 1922 Northeast 149th Street, and the address in question,
Well, we know the address in
Okay.
question. What's your relationship to the property?
I'm one of the property managers.
Okay. And the property owners have been made aware of the violation?
Yes,
And are there any objections to the violation?
not particularly, no.
How much time do you need?
3 months.
That's fine.
Objection. All right, find out the violation does exist. As cited, issue an abatement date of March 11th. If not abated by March 11th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Roger Hernandez, case number CERCV 2019-00147. The officer is Vanessa Willis.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami, Housing Inspector for City of North Miami.
Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Diga su nombre.
Roger Hernández.
Jorge Hernández. Rogel Hernández.
Address?
Dirección.
1165 Noé,
Otra vez.
125 calle.
Repita.
1165 Noé, 125 calle.
1165 Northwest 125th Street.
And what's your relationship to the property?
¿Qué relación tiene con la propiedad?
Es mi propiedad.
It is mine.
Okay. Have you been made aware of the violation?
¿Le han informado de la violación?
Sí.
Yes.
And are you disputing the violation?
¿Está disputando esa violación? ¿Está en contradicción con la violación?
No.
No.
All right, how much time do you need?
¿Cuánto tiempo necesita?
Pero le explico lo que nosotros.
Can I explain?
Explain how much time you need to fix it?
¿Quiere explicar cuánto tiempo necesita para arreglar la violación?
No, dile que un mes, 2 meses, que no sé cuánto demore un permiso.
Well, I would say 1 month or 2 months. I don't know how long it's going to take a permit.
All right, I'm gonna give you 60 days.
Voy a darle 60 días.
All right. Find out the violation does exist as cited.
La violación existe.
Issue an abatement date
Entonces,
of
fecha
February
de
12th.
cumplimiento es febrero
Not abated by February
12.
12th,
Si
then
no
it's
se cumple,
$250
hasta
per
el
day
febrero 12
until
son
abated.
$250 por día hasta que se
Thank
cumpla.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gabrielle Vitier, I can't pronounce the last name, Gabrielle. Case number CEOSV 2019-00104. The officer is Wayne Clark.
Go ahead and make your appearance for the record. Ms. Fitia, go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Okay, I got a notice for.
Tell me what your
truck-
name. Tell me your name
Gabriel Fitia,
and your address.
1615 Northwest 123rd Street.
And what's your
North
relationship?
Miami, Florida.
And what's your relationship to the property?
Owner.
All right. Have you been made aware of the violation? Have they told you why you got a citation?
For the truck.
Yes.
The truck being.
And are you objecting to that?
Yeah, the truck been moved yesterday.
The truck got moved yesterday?
Yeah,
All right.
between.
So we understand that the truck cannot be in that area for longer than an hour, I think?
Yeah, they give it like for a lunch break or something like that. Other than
It's
that,
not my truck, and I just take it out of my property.
So it's your property, but not your truck.
No,
So somebody
not
just
my truck.
somebody just rolled up on your property.
No, it's my tenant pocket there.
Oh,
and I
another
tell
pesky
him to,
tenant.
to remove it. He didn't remove it till yesterday, and I went there and take it out.
All right. So just so long as you know that your tenant cannot parked their commercial vehicle at that house for longer than an hour. If so, they're going to be cited. So I'm going to find that a violation did exist as cited and take judicial notice that it has now since been abated, so that if it happens again, then it's
Thank you.
a repeat
Yeah, 'cause
violation.
they playing cat and mouse. What they did actually, Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This is oversized, a small cargo truck that was housed on the property back September. This was cited for that. This is my first time meeting the owner. In reference to it, I did send plenty of messages to him to no avail, but at the same time, I just happened to be down that same street on yesterday evening, and I saw that they removed the truck, but it seems as though they're playing cat and mouse because they removed the truck from their property outside on the swell. So the truck is still there,
Yeah.
but technically it's not on the property.
Yeah, it
But
can't
now
be in the area. Just tell your tenant it can't be in the area.
It's not
Because
my
what's gonna happen is that although they removed it from the property, they'll just tow it.
No, well, actually, that's another violation. I would actually have to cite it for another violation on public property.
Yeah, so tell your tenant he's just causing trouble for himself, and he should not bring the property to the area. Should not bring the truck to the area. All right.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
So tell him to get off.
He has to find an off-site place to park his cargo truck.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
The next case is Alan Jacks. Case number is CE.
I don't know if he knows it's dismissed, but
The case number is CEEXP 2019-00143. The officer is Vanessa Willis.
good morning. Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Alan Jacks. My address is 2701 Northwest 3rd Place. I live in Cape Coral, Florida, 33993.
Your relationship to the property?
Owner.
Okay. And you've been made aware of the violation, correct?
Yes.
Are you objecting to the violation?
Well, I correct most of them already. Just a couple left. One
So how much time you need?
90 days.
What's the ones that are left?
Special Magistrate Vanessa Willis, the North Miami Housing Department.
Vanessa, let me ask you this. Are you objecting to 90 days?
Well, one is in compliance. He showed me the photo, so that's what I wanted to say on the record. And for the second one, he just needs to get a permit, but I need to make an addendum because one of them does have a permit. That's what I was going to tell you.
How many citations?
2.
One's abated.
CEEXP 2019-00143 showed me the photos in the back. He's in compliance on that one.
Case dismissed.
CEBPR 2019-00036. The fence does no longer needs a permit. The building department was able to find an old permit for that fence. So that portion, scratch that from the record, but the window he's going to get the permit for. So that one.
So that citation contained both the fence and a window?
Correct.
Okay. How much time do you need?
90 days.
You objecting to that, Miss?
No, sir.
All right. So finding the violation does exist as cited. As it relates to a window replacement, permitting required for such.
Yes.
And take judicial notice thereof that there is no longer permitting needed for the fence. Give an abatement date of March 11th. If not abated by March 11th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jessica Alston, case number CEFAW 2019-00171. The officer is Vanessa Willis.
Good morning, Jessica Alston, 1140 Northwest 125 Street. I'm asking for a postponement for 90 days. I am a widow, a senior citizen, and disabled.
What's the nature of the violation?
To repair the fence on the first violation, and the second one is to remove inoperable vehicles from the property.
What's the issue with removing the vehicles from the property?
My son was supposed to come and help me. He hasn't appeared yet, and I needed help. I need his help. So I need more time, please.
And when was this cited?
July 24, 2019.
From July until now, your son hasn't been able to help you get the vehicles off the property?
No, he hasn't been here.
Does he live in the city?
No.
Where does he live at?
He lives in California.
So you have no one else to assist you in getting the vehicles removed from the property?
Your Honor, I have people who promise to help me, but
What church do you go to?
what church? Bethel. I go to Bethel Apostolic Temple.
There's no one at Bethel that can help you?
No, I didn't really ask anybody at the church to help me.
That's kind of a fail-safe, ain't it?
It should be. You're right.
Yeah.
And I need help.
Yeah, they're inoperable. They're inoperable. You go. We have someone that'll help you with them. Are we just taking them off the property and junking them?
Is it
The vehicles that don't work, are we just taking them off the property and junking them?
someone has to help me make that decision, Your Honor.
They don't work, right?
One is
Show me the photos again of the vehicles. Oh, that's like, yeah, you're junking those things.
And Special Magistrate, I have the witness, the neighbor in reference to the fence, because the way that the fence is protruding out onto the neighbor's property, they've been injured several times. The photo that you see.
Listen, I'm not giving anybody any legal advice, but when something protrudes onto your property, it's up to you to clear it.
That's right.
So, not that I'm giving anybody any legal advice.
Okay.
So, the neighbor has a remedy.
Okay.
Besides code. All right. You have the neighbor here? Oh, okay. I'm not giving you any legal advice, but you may want to get some legal advice.
No, most definitely. My name is Rebecca Ramos. I do reside at 1120 Northwest 125th Street, next to 1140. I do have some photos to show you kind of the severity of the case that has been pushed under the rug several times. So I'm not sure.
Protruding, the picture that she showed me with the protruding bar?
The property within itself.
Okay, what? You have some pictures?
I wrote down what I had to say, so I didn't go in circles. Okay. To give you a better understanding of my concern, if you look at the pictures, each pictures are marked with exhibits. On Exhibit A, you will see that the front of the house of 1140 Northwest 125th Street, where the house is not visible to the streets. The brushes of the front of the house have come up above it, and you cannot see the visual from the street.
You talked to Vanessa about these things?
She's aware of it, and the city is aware of it, and they're not doing anything about it. This is an ongoing issue.
So whatever is here today is what I've observed, and they have been cited. That's why we're here.
Now, in regards to,
I thought it was a car and a fence.
it's multiple things.
It's multiple things, Vanessa? It's only two today, right? And that's the car and the fence? Okay.
Okay, but there's
But there are other citations that are out there as reflected in these exhibits.
There was another violation for the overgrown property. Ms. Austin asked for additional time in order to comply with those things, so we gave her additional time. She was about to be placed on the agenda for magistrate, and we removed her from the agenda per her request. So usually what will happen is that the city will go on the property and cut the property as needed.
Okay.
However, I
Sounds
have
good.
photos, and I don't know if I downloaded them with this particular file, but all of her gates are locked. There's no way to get onto the property. So we're kind of at a
Do you
stalemate.
you have her number?
No, I don't.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. Miss Alston?
Bear in mind, special magistrate, the city will charge. It's not a free service.
I
Okay.
understand. But we want compliance, right? That's our business here, right?
IT.
All right. So it's Miss Alston, right? Miss Alston, you're gonna give Miss Willis your telephone number, because Miss Willis is gonna call you, or someone from her department is gonna call you to schedule. Someone from the city is gonna come out and help you clear out these violations. All right? It's not for free, but it will abate the violations that you have, thus preventing you any continual fines for these violations. All right? The cars will be removed. You'll get assistance in removing the vehicles from the inoperable vehicles from the property, and you will get assistance in clearing the overgrowth that exists on your property that is in violation of the city code. Okay? You understand what we're gonna do so far? You understand?
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
All right, great. Because, you know, we just can't wait for your son who's in California to come down and help out. The city needs these issues to be resolved sooner rather than later. All right, so I am going to find that a violation does exist as cited for each citation. And I'm going to give, let's say, well, here's what I'm going to do actually. I'm going to table these until March 18th.
I don't know what's going on. Special Magistrate, she says she wants to speak, but I don't know what her relationship is to this property or to the address. Oh.
Okay. For this, you have information on this case? So do me a favor. Do me a favor. Talk with Miss Austin. If there's aid from the church that can assist Miss Austin, talk with Miss Austin about it for me. Okay. All right. Miss Austin, in addition to the city helping out, as I've already laid out, you may have additional help available to you from your church. All right. Just inquire of that help from your pastor. All right. All right. So what I'm gonna do, Vanessa, instead is to allow the city to see if they can help her, and that she cooperates with that assistance. And I'm going to give until March 18th for that to occur in hopes that we can get abatement. If we cannot, then we'll set it back down and we'll do what we need to do.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
For both cases.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Your
go ahead
Honor.
and call it. Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. Happy holiday.
You too. Yes, go ahead.
Jessica Austin, case number CEIVY 2019-00157. The code officer is Vanessa Willis.
It's the same thing.
Same ruling. Same ruling as previous case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
The next case is Susan Hine. Case number MHVIO 2019-00259. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Susan Hine, and I live in 2640 Northeast 135th Street, apartment 407, North Miami. But property in question is located.
Yeah, we have the property in question's address.
Yeah.
The question is, you've been made aware of your violation, right?
Yeah.
And are you objecting to the violation?
We already filed a permit.
So
It
no?
is in process.
So no, you're not objecting to the violation.
No.
Okay. How much time do you need?
I'm her husband.
Yes,
Could I
my
address that?
husband.
Sure.
The,
Just make your appearance.
Yeah, I'm Ethan Hine, same address.
All right.
And Susan's husband. We filed for a permit. I have the process control number here, if that's helpful.
As long as there's a permit has been applied for, and this is closed out when final inspection occurs. Correct, Gary?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I did speak with Mr. Beswick, and he clarified what we had to do.
Have we finished the work, or is this after the fact?
It's coming after the fact.
All right.
Yeah, the work will require about another month to complete.
All right.
It's halfway through.
All right. So I find that a violation does exist as cited. Give you an abatement date of January 8th.
Make it 60 days, Your Honor.
Give you an abatement date of February 12th.
Okay, thank you.
For both cases, two cases.
We
For
do
both
ha-
cases.
We do have a question about the reoccupancy inspection.
Okay.
And I guess we
Well,
don't
give-
understand the
give-
violation there.
Give us a minute here so that my clerk can call the second case.
The next case is going to be Susan Hine, case number RCCOR 2019-00026. The officer is Gary Beswick.
So what is it? What was the question again?
Yeah, Susan and I bought the property in 2014.
Okay.
And about 2 years ago, we took my name off the deed and left her name on it. We had no knowledge that any type of reoccupancy was required. It hasn't changed ownership, and I guess we need clarification as to what the issue is
All
there.
right, let me read this section. Shall be held for any person to court by second transfer. It's very tricky, Gary. It's very tricky. I mean, any transfer of the property triggers a certificate of occupancy because one of the purposes of the statute is to ensure that the dwelling remains in an unaltered state that conforms with the zoning. So whenever you create a transfer, you create another opportunity for the city to come in and make sure that your property is still the way that they originally saw it. All right?
But it's the same owner.
Yeah, but you created a transfer. Even though you took it, whenever you create a deed, which is a transfer of property, whenever you do a deed, you're gonna end up with this problem in the city or this issue in the city. So now, by taking the husband off, you did that by deed, which is a transfer. So transfer was from you guys as a married couple to just you. So that's a transfer, which means the city now gets to come in and inspect the property and make sure that the property is still in compliance with all the city codes.
So how would we go about resolving that issue then? Can we do it concurrent to the other permit?
Yes.
That's what I thought was happening. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I thought was happening. Yeah. So once you have gotten your final inspection on those issues, then you'll be ripe for your new certificate.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And could you please confirm the date again?
It will be February 12th. Finding the violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of February 12th. If not abated by February 12th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
The next case is Pedro Ledesma, case number CERCV 2019-00075. The officer is Shanna Sanders.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good
Pedro
morning.
Ledesma here. My address is 1955 Keystone Boulevard, and I'm the owner of the property.
All right. You've been made aware of the violation, correct?
I have.
Is there any objections to this violation?
The only issue I have is it's about a recreational vehicle. I've removed the vehicle from the property. I was under the impression that it wasn't considered a recreational vehicle because it's a passenger van.
Is it a passenger van or is it an RV?
It's a Mercedes Sprinter van.
It's a high occupancy. It's just a high occupancy van. Yeah, that's not an RV.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. With the help of Code Officer Wayne Clark, I searched the description of this vehicle per, as he stated, as the Mercedes Sprinter, and it does show per, Google that this is considered a small RV.
Google told us this?
Yes, it does. It's affordable. And when you go on the Mercedes website,
And
it
Google never
states,
lies.
When you go on the Mercedes websites for the Sprinter, it shows as a small.
But what's actually in the Sprinter?
So it's got 3 rows of seats.
That's it?
That's it.
It's not a recreational vehicle for purposes of the statute, or the ordinance, rather. It's just not. All right, case dismissed.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah. Guys, we know what we're looking for when we're looking for a recreational vehicle. It's not a high occupancy van.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The next case is Hanika Lloyd, case number MHVIO 2019-00253. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I am Hanika Lloyd. The address I'm here for is 1320 Northeast.
Your address?
Correct, my address.
Yes.
1320 Northeast 140th Street.
All right. You've been made aware of the violation?
Yes, Your Honor. I just wanted clarification on the specifics of the violation.
You need to obtain permits for interior and exterior alterations and renovations that were made without permit. So this is an after the fact permit situation.
That's correct.
So the work was already done, but you didn't have a permit when you did the work. So now you got to go back to the permitting, say, "Hey, listen, this work was already done. I need a permit for the work." It's called an after the fact permit. You got to give them still plans and all that stuff, just as you would have had to do at the beginning.
Correct.
All right, just that the work is already done. All right. So you need to make that process happen. All right.
Yes, Your
How
Honor.
much time do you need for that?
I can submit the application the end of this week.
Mhm.
I just needed to confirm with Mr. Beswick the specifics of the locations that needed the permits.
The windows and the bathroom, that's what's shown on the screen, for the windows and the bathroom.
All right. With that being said, finding the violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of February 12th, not abated by February 12th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
And the second one is 2 of them.
Oh.
The second one was for a reoccupancy certificate.
Let me call the case for the record. Hanika Lloyd, case number RCCOR 2019-00024. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Okay, he did apply for the after the fact, but it cannot re-resolve until he. Okay.
Right. So, finding the violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of February 12th, not abated by February 12th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case is Miller, case number CER-CV 2019-00083. The officer is Shanna Sanders.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. I'm going to ask that this case be tabled for, I would say at least time 2 months. I received an email from Community Planning and Development stating that the property owner has submitted an application to obtain the variance.
All right. It is tabled until February 19th.
Thank you.
Jonathan Palacios, case number CEPFY 2019-00246. The officer is Edney St. Louis.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Jonathan Palacios, 1345 Northeast 130th Street. I'm
All
the
right.
owner.
You've been made aware of the violation, correct?
I assume it's the pod that I put the storage pod in the front.
Parking on the lawn in the front yard is prohibited.
Parking on the front lawn.
Please refrain from parking any vehicles on the lawn.
So that's a big question. Normally we have 2 cars, and the driveway we have is only meant for 1. So it's either I park on the lawn or I park on the sidewalk.
Let me see the front. Let me see it. Oh.
Well, on that picture-
he can enlarge the parking space, can he? The driveway, he can enlarge the driveway.
Correct. I've only lived there for 3 years.
So
I don't have the money to do that. I was unemployed for the first 2 years that I was working there. I mean, that I was living there.
Yeah.
Living solely on my wife's salary.
Got it. You guys got to, you guys
He can
got
park on a swell, like the grassy area in between the sidewalk, as long as
To me,
oh,
to me, that's a
okay.
security hazard for me. That's not the best neighborhood. There's been shootings in the same neighborhood, robberies between my left neighbor and my right neighbor. They both had the car stolen.
Okay,
so
so-
to me, I
so-
would like it parked there so I could see it if
Here-
anything was to happen.
All right, so here are your options. Enlarge the driveway, park one behind the other, or park on the swell.
When I park behind the other car, it does touch the sidewalk. That doesn't bother you?
It don't bother me. but
Don't
I
bother you?
I don't live here either, but I don't live here.
What about the garage?
The garage is full of stuff.
Well, that's a fourth option. Take the stuff out the garage and
I mean, every option I have is going to lead to something else, regardless. I understand that part too.
hard decisions.
I know.
All right? But a find that a violation does exist is cited. Issue an abatement date of.
What does abate mean? Just to be
Abate?
clear. Yeah.
Correct. You must correct it. Resolve.
Okay. And if I have a party, that's another question. If I have a party, what do I do?
The swell.
The swell?
Along the whole entire street.
The whole side of the street.
As long you, now, if you want to be, you know.
I mean, let's
give
think,
your neighbors
let's
a
think
courtesy
about it.
notice.
If you have a party, right? You're only going to have a party for that day, right? You're
Yeah.
going to be partying all week, right? So what's the likelihood that they're going to come and see your party violation?
Probably not.
Okay. All right. So, abatement date of February?
Okay. Meaning I have to have a driveway, or I just can't park there from February, from here to February?
Well, here's what I'm going to do. Find that a violation does exist as cited. Find that you've already stopped parking, so you have abated the violation. So now that if they come back and see that you've parked on the grass again, then now you are a repeat offender, and your fine has doubled. All right?
So I am dropping off groceries in my house. My neighbor calls the.
By the time they get
Code
there,
enforcer.
you've already unloaded the groceries
Hopefully.
and you've moved the vehicle.
Okay.
All right?
So
All
don't ever park on the grass.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I assume there's another violation also.
There is.
All right, let's call it. And let's call all violations with the same property owner at one time.
So the second case is for storage pod. Case number CEPOD 2019-00015. For the storage
Don't be
pod,
trying to do your old job too.
a permit is required to have it there. Or else we're going to assume work is being done without permit.
Trying to steal the thunder of my new clerk.
I'm sorry.
All right. So the pod was removed as of 2 days ago.
Okay.
I only used the pod to put storage in so I can make more storage into the garage because I wasn't able to walk through there. So now I can walk through my garage and the pod is gone.
All right. Case dismissed.
Awesome. So when
Find that a violation
for-
did exist as cited, and find that the violation has since been abated.
complied.
Yes, complied.
And the other date was for the abatement, the other violation, February 12th?
I found that you have already complied.
Roger.
So,
Sounds good.
all right.
Thank you.
It's not an RV. What makes it recreational? I don't care what Mercedes called. What's the function of it? It got a bed in it? Does it got a toilet in it? Leave that man Sprinter alone. Leave that man Sprinter alone. Yes. Who's the officer on that? And what's the guy's name? Gary, on the Jules case, is there any abatement? Is there any compliance? Are there any? Is there compliance? Does it, or is it? Right. Did he do anything? Is there any compliance? Who else is on that with him? Ed? Was it Ed? What's here? Does this person have any compliance? Does he have? Is there any compliance? Is he? Go find out if he's objecting to any of them. If not, he's gonna be last. Yeah. Right. He's gonna be the last of the people who are here. I know she comes to every city council meeting. All right. All right, great, call it.
Sorry for the delay. The next case is going to be Jules and Alice LLC. The case number is CEEXC 2019-00023.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Lavelle Brown, address 110 Timber Run East, Riviera Beach, Florida.
And your relationship to the property?
Manager, maintenance.
All right. You called them all? You gonna call them all? What do you mean? Right, call. Right.
All the jewels. So we were right. Yeah, technically, yes, we were right. Call them all. Go ahead.
Okay. Jules and Alice LLC, case number CEEXC 2019-00023. Case number CEMHE 2019-00012. Case number CEWWC 2019-0096. Case number CEWWC 2019-00097. Case number MHVIO 2019-00369. Case number CEEXC 2019-00022. Case number CEMHE 2019-00011. Case number CEWWC 2019-0094. Case number CEWWC 2019-0095. Case number MHVIO 2019-00370.
So, you've been made aware of the violations, correct?
Yes.
Are there any objections to these violations?
No.
All right, how much time do you need?
I need the maximum allotted time because of the amount. I've addressed some. I'm under the impression that I've come into compliance under some of the complaints because they were things that I could easily handle myself. However, a couple of the complaints I'm going to require the help of a general contractor to come in regarding the windows and the roof issues. I have to basically obtain a contractor to help me with that. But everything else I can address myself, and I've already started that process.
All right, so we're going to start off with 90 days.
I agree.
That'll work.
All right, so if I know the violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of March 11th. If not abated by March 11th, then it's $250 per day until abated per citation.
Are we to return here March 11th?
You will return here March 18th.
Okay, cool.
Did anybody come today to be heard on this case? All right, come on. Whoever wanted to be heard on this matter, come forward.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I was a tenant of this apartment.
You was or are?
I was. I just moved out for, I can say, at least a month for right now.
Okay.
Because of this apartment, I've been there in 2016. I give a baby birth there. And since I've been in this apartment, I didn't know Mr. Lavelle as a manager of the house. He was another person I know in this apartment as in this property. And then from there, when I was living, I was have a lot of issue problem with my property where I was in 1298 in apartment 18. And then they moved me from 1276 in apartment 7. I still was have an issue with it. And I have some picture of all my issue when I was having, every time when I call or text, the person I know from the manager of this apartment, I know the landlord of Miss Danny Shaw in 2018 of last year. I didn't know her, but I just heard about her, but I never met her. I never know nothing about her. And when I met her in May 2018, last year, and then that's from there I know her. And then I met Mr. Lavelle by around July as a maintenance of the apartment, not as a manager. And all my issue when I was have in the property, every time when I spoke to her about it, text her, and now instead of receive my services, I have a kids. I have been issue with a lot of service stuff, and instead of fix it, she evict me of this property. And I have all the picture from the doctor back and forth with my kids for this property. That's the reason I say I decided to move out. Plus, I was ever evicted for this property.
Okay.
Judge, can I ask what Mr. Lavelle's proof is that he's a property manager, that he's here speaking on behalf of this property?
I don't mind answering that.
Okay.
This is the owner next to me. I work for her.
Okay. And what's your name?
Danny Charles.
Danny Charles?
Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Hi, my name is Danny Charles. I'm the owner.
All right. All right. Thank you, ma'am. But you've remedied your own issue by moving.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are
Good
you a
morning.
current?
Yes, I'm still living
tenant?
here.
All
Good
right.
morning. My name is Charmaine Blanchard.
Tell me the things that still remain outstanding
Well,
with your apartment.
my main issue at the moment is that on September 9, I texted Mr. Lavelle that
October,
September
November,
9, 2019.
Okay.
I texted Mr. Lavelle that my property in next door was sharing light.
Your what now?
Two apartment, they have 1 meter.
Oh.
And no, I'm not. And then she still hasn't. I pay light for 5 months. I have the proof. I have all the texts. I asked them for my money back. They never returned it. Mr. Lavelle only gave me $30 for 5 months.
All right. That's your main issue?
That's my main. That's one of the issue.
Okay, you need an attorney for that issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, so most of my issues, I'm taking them to civil court.
There you go. That's your remedy.
But about the 1 meter thing, is there anything I can do about it?
The 1 meter?
Yes, it's 1 meter for 2 apartment.
Can't do that in the city of North Miami?
Okay.
Can't do that in the city of North Miami.
Thank you.
That's understood. That's been corrected.
It's been corrected?
Yes, it has.
All right. I'm sure you guys will inspect and determine whether that's been corrected. All right? Thanks, guys. Next case. That's it, guys.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
The next case is Mariana Ruiz, case number MHVIO 2019-00047. This case was previously adjudicated on December 11th. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Cheers to.
The next case is MHVIO 2019-00048, which was also previously adjudicated on December 11th.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Juan Davila. I'm the GC representing the owner, Mary Pereira. She's out of the country.
All right. Obtain required permits. Did we obtain required permits?
We are in the process, Your Honor. We submitted to the road in Miami Dade, and we failed on the fire. I have all the proof. We passed all everything there except fire. That will go again today because they requested the entire floor plan of the entire building in order to pass fire for the small office space that we have. So I have it here. And today at noon, we're gonna resubmit it with all the comments that they wrote. So you see, it's all this office, they require the entire plan with the exits. And this is what's submitted. We have, have all the comments from him, from the fire department, and the classifications, those. Should we have everything ready and closed, I would say within 3 or 4 weeks with the construction, we have to put back, we're removing a wall and put it back the wall that was existing. Probably in 3 or 4 weeks, we're gonna be close with everything completed.
Bring it back for February 12th.
All right. February 19th.
Okay.
Bring it back February 19th
Thank you.
on both matters.
Thank you.
There's no citations on this, no tickets on this.
The next case is Julian Aduris, case number MHVIO 2018-01332. This case was previously adjudicated on September 11th.
Hello, Julian Aduris. The address is 235 Northeast 124th Street. I'm the owner.
All right, where you at with your permitting?
Where are we?
Where you at with your
In the
permitting?
process.
situation?
Where are you in the process to obtain a permit?
I thought I did everything I had to do. I hired the architect. He has already submitted all the plans.
He submitted them to where?
The city of North Miami.
Okay.
And the
Did they issue a permit?
No.
This was an after the fact.
Right. So did they issue it?
No, they haven't issued us yet. That's what I was asking them, where are they with the process? Because the permit haven't been issued us yet.
So did they reject your app? Did they send you some comments?
The
Where
last
you-
time I was here, the city said, Mr. Bestwick said the city needed more time.
Well,
here's the thing. You hire some professionals to take care of this for you. You need to go back to those professionals and ask them where are you at in the permitting process, because a permit has not yet been issued. All right? I'm going to give you another month to get that done.
I talked to them. They said they already submitted everything they needed to submit.
So what's the status of the permit application?
I
then?
went to the city of North Miami, and at the city they told me that the city needed more time.
When did you go to the city?
It was after last appearance that I made here after you gave me.
Which was a few months ago.
Yeah.
So
but
you-
Mr. Bestwick said the city needed more time.
But they still haven't issued you the permit, so something has to say, let me go check on it. So go check on it. I'm gonna give you another month to go check on it. All right? 'Cause they haven't issued it, so you need to find out why. All right? So you have, and I'll see you back here on January 15th.
Mr. Bestwick is the person that needs to tell me what I.
No. Mr. Beswick doesn't control permitting. Mr. Beswick is in code compliance. He's already cited you. He's already told you what you need to do to fix it. You have to go to permitting. So you need to go back to permitting and have permitting tell you why they have not yet issued you a permit.
Yeah, everything. It's all I needed to do is listed here, and it's highlighted. I got this last time, and I've done all of it.
You don't have a permit. Go find out why. See you
They
back
gave
up.
me this with the highlighted
When?
on October 1st.
It is now December.
Yeah, I've done all of this. Everything it was done before, in fact. That was already done on 2018.
the comment that I gave him basically one dated August 19th, but as of yesterday, the permit has not been issued. So
But they issued a bunch of comments. But they
yeah.
gave him a bunch of comments.
Yeah, so basically, whosoever he hired to go through the process, that's who we need to follow up with,
Right.
basically.
Because they got your application, they noted deficiencies. Those deficiencies go back to the people who applied for it, and then those deficiencies have to be corrected. Unless those deficiencies are correct, they're not going to issue you a permit. So you got to go back to whoever you hire and say, listen, the city said you got these things are wrong, and you guys got to fix them, or I can't get a permit.
And just so you know, Your Honor, I work in the building department, but I'm a minimum housing officer. I don't do nothing with that. But it's for him to follow up with whoever he hired, or he can come into the office himself and find out from the permit clerk the status of his application.
Right. Which is, again, not Mr. Beswick. All right?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Next case is 650 Northwest 123rd Street, LLC. The case number is CEGMP 2019-00072. The officer is Vanessa Willis.
Move that basket out of the aisleway.
Good morning, Your Honor. Fanny Doskier. I work for Global Restaurant Equipment and Supply. He's one of the owners. He has a speech problem. That's what I came
Okay.
to help. We spoke with the inspector today. This is a fact, okay? The building has some graffiti. We have so many report from the police. Because of the graffiti, we were had this violation and asked to paint the building.
Okay.
Okay, after that, we tried, but last year was a major issue with the rain and getting a company to do the job, whatever.
Right.
Now, when we decide to do it, There is a major work from city of North Miami across the street from the building. So
There's a major,
work. They doing a construction work.
Okay.
So we're getting all the dust. We're getting all the bricks. We had the pictures here. We submitted to her yesterday. One of the owners submitted to her. So it's impossible to paint at this moment, not to even do pressure clean. So we do. Yeah, she has a picture. We do understand the violation, but we're requesting more time, another extension, so we can.
but one of the problems that I have is that this was cited back in April,
I understand.
you know.
Yeah, last year when we start looking for companies, to get the job done, then we start getting all the rains, all the bad weather, the hurricane season, all the stuff. So we couldn't do it. So finally, when we hire somebody, we decide to do it. It's all this issue across the street.
Is a person that you hired saying they can't do it?
No. They don't. It's no way to do it. It's no way to do it because you can even
all
pressure
the
clean when you're getting all
show
the
the
dust.
picture.
I don't know
Show
if you
the
can see the
picture.
pictures or I give it to you.
No.
Ms. Willis?
Okay, Special Magistrate Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Housing Inspector. This property was cited, as you said, back in April, but I believe maybe about 3 months ago, they were on the agenda to come to magistrate. They requested for additional time, and that time was granted while they try to figure out what they were going to do with regards to colors, permitting, et cetera. However, the city has started a project across the street. It's a very large project. I spoke with Mr. Pizzillo, the building official, this morning, and he stated that the project is slotted to be finished in January, but we really don't know because of the extensive amount of work that still needs to be done. There is an exorbitant amount of dust and debris that is coming from that project. So even if they tried to pressure clean and start painting, it would be pretty much, pointless to try to do that at the same time.
All right, March 18th.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
That means, just so we're clear, that means that whatever opportunity that you have between now and March 18th to paint the building, then it needs to get painted.
At least we can submit the permit and we're in the process before May 18, or you want to see that on May 18, or you want to see on May 18 the building paint?
We should have permitting should have already been done. No permitting
Well-
has been applied for?
Not that I've seen. And the issue here, like I said,
Okay, guys.
go ahead.
It's been April. We can't get permitting between April and now? We can't get a permit? Can't apply for a permit? What prevented us from applying for a permit between April and now? And the previous magistrate gave you additional time, and we still haven't even applied for a permit?
We're gonna apply.
I can't do anything about the project still, so. But yes, if there's not an application, if there's not a permit by March 18th, then I'm gonna begin fining.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right?
Okay, thank
All
you.
right.
Walter.
And I'm still gonna look to see if you have the ability to paint between now and then. So I suggest that you get the permit as soon as possible, so that if you have the time and opportunity to paint between now and then, that happens.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes. Find that a violation that exists as cited, issue an abatement date of March 11th. If not abated by March 11th, then it's $250 per day until abated. We're gonna take a national holiday for that.
The next case is 995 Northeast 135 Street, Partners LLC, case number CESIP 2019-00054. The officer is Karen Jean Lewis.
Partners LLC. Yeah, we should be, if they checked in. So this is not a check, this person, right. So Partners LLC checked in? All right, let's skip, see if, find out what Partners went. We're gonna skip to the next case.
The next case is going to be Ephraim Santi Bonds, case number RCCOR 2018-00031. This case was previously adjudicated on December 11th. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Ya, mi nombre es Efraín Santibáñez. Efraín Santibáñez.
Santibáñez.
All right. Your address?
Su dirección.
13375 Northeast 4th Avenue.
And your relationship to the property?
¿Y qué es? Qué
The
relación?
owner.
I'm the owner.
Could you ask him that where he's at with the process of obtaining a permit? Where he's at?
¿En qué parte del proceso está?
Le presentamos ya otros planos y todo, pero me pidieron no sé cómo se llama, que lo presenté y estaba mal hecho, y entonces tuve que volvérselo a dar. Estoy esperando que me den respuesta sobre eso, del scope de lo que costó el trabajo.
I already presented the plans and it was returned to me. There's some corrections that I need to make, so that's what I am right now.
Okay, you can table it for 60 days, Your Honor.
All right. That would put us at February 19th.
¿Dónde está la
Yes.
fecha? Febrero 19.
Okay, tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Jacqueline Jean, case number CEGMP 2018-00376.
Jacqueline Jean.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is my officer, always in the area. The house is not for me, sir. It's for my mom, but she died. It's 12555 Northwest First Avenue.
What's your address?
12555 Northwest First Avenue.
And did you get the property in the probate?
Yes, this is Mr. Perez.
Okay.
I have the picture.
And are you aware of the violation?
Yes.
Are you objecting to the violation?
No.
All right. How much time do you need?
No, I fixed it.
Oh, you fixed it?
Yeah, it was for painting.
Give him some proof.
Okay. Yes, yes. 125.
Yeah,
Five,
so
five,
she
no.
showed me sufficient evidence that we could go ahead and close these out. Both of the cases.
Both cases are hereby dismissed.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Raymond Mark Hamill, case number CEIVY 2019-00207. The officer is Wayne Clark.
Raymond.
Hey, how you guys doing? My name is John Mark, address 1335 Northwest 8th Avenue.
All right. What's your relationship to the property?
That's my mom's house, so I'm staying in the house.
That's your
Mom house.
And you're staying there?
Yeah.
All right. What's the nature of the violation?
I think I have a car that's parked inside a house, inside a yard.
You have a car parked inside on the grass?
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Not. I think they're gonna stay there for 1 second.
87?
He wasn't a late comer. He came in with me. He wasn't a late comer. He came in with me.
Wayne Clark, City of North Miami Code Compliance. This was a violation of an inoperable vehicle on the property, which is a 5-door Lexus SUV. Actually, the case was postponed for 1 month, and at that time, he was supposed to cover it. Somehow, he thought that he could just cover it and leave it there indefinitely, which is not the case. I went and did a final inspection, I believe, on December the 11th. and the vehicle is still there in the same condition, the same place on the property.
Just covered.
And the property was posted with good notice on December 4th, 2019.
So the property, so they just covered the property? I mean, covered
Well,
the vehicle.
made an attempt to cover it, but
You gotta-
that was like a piece of tarp or something.
Yeah.
But actually, you know,
If
I
it-
suggested to get rid of it.
If it's not working, you got to get rid of it.
Okay, so for this, what happened is that we got to a car accident. So I have two options. If I take it to the dealership right now and get it fixed, the people that's supposed to come to look at the car, they will not be able to give you the money for it to fix it. If I put it in the storage right now, I'll have to pay for it. I cannot just tell the guy to leave it there.
How long ago did you get in a car accident?
That happened on October, I think.
In October. And so the insurance adjuster hasn't come and looked at the vehicle yet?
So I didn't have full coverage. So our insurance, not gonna pay for it. But the other person insurance never came and really take a look at it too.
So you're saying that the other person, the other driver was at fault?
Yeah.
You made a claim with that person's insurance company?
Yeah.
And they haven't sent an adjuster out yet since October? Have you called them back again?
It's always the one around. They have one even.
Oh, well, you need to get an attorney. But the property, but the vehicle can't stay there.
Yeah. What about for the cover? Because I literally went to Walmart and bought a cover to put it in.
It's an inoperable vehicle.
Would you like to see a photo of it?
He's showing me on his phone.
No, I'm gonna show you the photo I got. It's a better photo.
Oh.
Nah, that's not.
Oh, so
nah.
he's saying he went and got an
I
actual
went and
car
got a
cover.
cover, like literally a car cover.
Go ahead,
and
go
cover.
show him.
Well, that's up to you, Special Magistrate, what you want to do with it.
Let me see it.
But just cover it all the way. I mean, like I say, he can cover it up, but it could stay there indefinitely, and that's what we don't want to happen.
Okay, that's covered.
You know.
All right. Here's what's gonna happen. Here's what I'm gonna do.
He say per code.
I'm gonna
you're not
find.
allowed to?
I'm gonna find that a violation did exist as cited. I'm gonna take judicial notice thereof that it has since been abated, so that if it happens again, or if you don't.
Hold on. So what you guys want me to do now? Say that one more time.
I'm gonna in essence, I'm dismissing it. I'm finding that there was a violation, but it's been fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But if they go back and say that it still exists and you get another citation, then now you're a repeat violator.
So in other words, if that car cover don't last, you're gonna keep buying car covers, or you're gonna either remove the car from the property, one or the other. And then it has to be in good condition. It can't be non-see-through. I mean, it has to be non-see-through.
Okay.
Where you can't see.
So long as that cover remains on that vehicle, you should be all right.
Okay.
And it can't be in the front yard.
Okay. I mean, I think by now, I mean, they should. Like I said, I asked you for a month. He did give it to me whatsoever because I thought, the insurance was not taking care of it fast. But you know how insurance goes, so.
Yeah. So you got to stay on them. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Or get counsel.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys have a good day.
You too.
LaDancy Brown, case number MHVIO 2019-00101. Case number, the officer is Gary Beswick.
Go ahead and make your appearance.
Good morning. My name is Len C. Brown.
Len C. Brown.
Yeah. Address 1647 Northeast 124 Lane.
All right.
I'm the owner.
All right. And you've been made aware of the violation, right?
Yes.
Any objections?
I would like to get 90 days so I could have more time to get the
That's
problem
fine.
solved.
All right. Find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of March 11th. If not abated by March 11th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Okay.
Thank you.
Suburbia Inc. CEWWC 2019-00088. The officer is Edme St. Louis.
Yeah.
Sabarna Inc. Case number CEWWC 2019-00088. The officer is Edme St. Louis.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Ratan Majumdar, and I am the owner of the both properties, like the store and the property. So,
Okay. I'm assuming when you say owner, you mean you own the corporation that owns them.
Yes, the store and the properties. So both,
Okay.
there is two corporations. So
How many cases does he have?
One.
One. All right. New violation, right? All right. Any objections to the violation?
no.
How much time do you need?
I need at least 5 months because the storefront is the 40% damaged by the hit the car. So insurance supposed to pay me the money, but they pay less. So I hire another adjuster.
All right.
It
I'm
cost.
gonna give you 3 months. All right.
If it's not 3 months, because I ordered the glass yesterday, say that 2 months is take to time to come the glass because the impact glass.
Yeah.
So-
I'm gonna give you 3 months. All right.
okay, so if it's not 3 months is correct, you can give me more time.
We'll see
Okay,
what you've done.
thank you.
All right. So,
you.
I've heard testimony. I've been find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of March 11th. If not abated by March 11th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Ware Homes LLC, case number CEZCU 2018-00006. They have two cases. The next case number is CEZPU 2018-00053. The second case was previously adjudicated, and the officer is Karen Jean Lewis.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Carmen Nevares, manager for Ware Homes LLC.
Okay. And you've been made aware of the violation?
Yes.
The new violation, rather.
The two are like tied
Right.
together, so there's
Any
one.
Any objections to the newer one?
No.
All right. And you have a previously adjudicated one. What's the status of that one?
This was for the slabs that are stored outside of the building
Okay.
that we had worked on a grant. The grant was approved.
Mhm.
After that, we had to work on the permit.
Mhm.
Finally, the permit was approved.
Mhm.
So I gave the officer the evidence. It was approved on, it was issued on November 27th. So the door has already been ordered. Everything is now moving forward finally. The tenant is starting to move the slabs out of the way to
Okay.
get ready for the construction. So then after that is done and the violation is abated, then he can apply for the business tax receipt, which has been denied several times because of the violation.
Okay. So about how much more time we need?
I always say 60 days because I'm not sure.
All right. February 19th.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay.
Both. Mm. Well, the new case is adjudicated. Find out a violation that does exist as cited. I'm going to issue an abatement date of February 12th. Of course, then we'll see you back on February 19th. If not abated by February 12th, $250 per day until abated. All right. Thank you.
New Venture Properties LLC, case number RCCOR 2018-00012. This case was previously adjudicated on December 11th.
Good morning. Good morning.
Go ahead and make your appearance.
Lance Law, 14311 Biscayne Boulevard, Unit 1574. This is in regards to 1625 Northwest 120th Street. I am co-owner manager.
All right. And this was I previously, or someone previously adjudicated this. Where are we at with compliance?
Right now, I'm still in the building department getting the permit approved. I received some comments and I resubmitted the blueprints.
When did you resubmit?
Let me check online here. Well, I resubmitted. I did like 2 sets of corrections, and I got the plumbing approved and the electrical, and now I'm waiting, hopefully today or tomorrow, to get the building approved, and that's what I'm waiting on.
60 days.
All right. February 19th.
Okay.
All
Thank you.
right, thank you. Oh, she was. Oh, yeah, okay.
Gabriel Joseph, case number CERCV 2019-00114. The officer is Vanessa Willis.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead and state your name and address and relationship to the property.
Name Gabriel Joseph. My address 1120 Northwest 130th Street. And part owner of the property, my dad's house.
All right. And you guys have been made aware of the violation, right?
Yeah, a boat on the property.
All right. So you have any objections to the violation?
I ain't really sure what the violation was. My dad just told me I got a court date to come to about the boat in the yard.
Is that right? So you can't have a boat in the yard unless you have special permission from the city through a process called a variance.
Can I get that variance process?
Yeah, you can make an application for the process. So I'm gonna give you 60 days to do that.
All right.
All right. Finding the violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of February 12th, not abated by February 12th, and it's $250 per day until abated. All right.
To debate it, I gotta get the neighbors sign it up.
No. They'll tell you how to go through the process.
All right.
All right.
Louis Charles, case number CEWWC 2019-00111. The officer is Wayne Clark.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Micheline Richard, 12350 Northwest 13th Avenue, North Miami, Florida, 32167.
Okay. You've been made aware of the violation, right?
Yes.
You have any objections to the violation?
No.
How much time you need?
Right now, I have a public adjuster that work for me. I have a court date on February 10. Then I don't know how long this gonna take, and I don't want to make a date which I have no control of.
All right. Find out the violation does exist as cited, issuing a date of March 11th. If not abated by March 11th, then it's $250 per day until abated. All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Y'all know me, man.
Maria Franco, case number
Y'all let this technology slowing it down. This ain't meaning nothing.
CERCV 2019-00054. This case was previously adjudicated on July 13th.
Good morning.
Good morning. I am Freddy Goya. I represent Maria de Lourdes Franco, who is my wife, for the address at 14200 Northeast 15th Avenue.
All right. Well, what's the status of the correction?
The correction is I donated yesterday because I didn't receive the letter for some reason, maybe because it's a tenant in the house. Yesterday, I have by courtesy of the officer San Luis, she let me know we have this meeting today. That's why I am here. So the boat I donated, they're going to pick up sometime this week.
Oh, you donated the boat?
I donated the boat to a kids organization.
Oh, okay. So January 15th. All right, just to make sure it's gone.
It's
It's
a
gone?
boat in the RV.
The RB are going to do the variant.
The variance process.
All right.
That-
February 19th.
Make a March because I want to travel probably. Could be.
If I make it March, you have to have at least applied for the variance.
I
All
will.
right. All right. March 18th.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
Marlene and Jackie Alexander, case number RCCOR 2018 00038. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Marilyn Alexandra. 410 Northeast 141 Street, Amewana.
All right. You've been made aware of the violation?
Yes.
Are there any objections to the violation?
But the things, I bought this house like that. But I got all the copy, that's my honor. I got all the copy, everything.
But the things still exist on the property, right?
Yes.
All right. So there's no so you don't disagree that the things that you were cited for do exist on the property?
Yeah.
All right. So how much time do you need to correct it?
3 months.
All right. Find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of March 11th. If not abated by March 11th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sellington Investments, LLC. Case number CEODS 2019-00135. The officer is Jose Perez.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Sandra Ellington. The address is 495 Northwest 129th Street. I'm the owner.
All right. You've been made aware of the violation, correct?
Well, I just was aware of that like a couple minutes ago.
Do you object that the conditions exist on the property?
No.
All right. How much time do you need to correct it?
About a week.
About a week? All right. Find out a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January. She said a week. I just go, listen, I give people the time they ask for. They're saying you can't do it in a week.
Well, I just spoke with the GC. I texted him, and he said he can get it done over the weekend.
Let's give them 30 days. Let's give them 30 days.
Wait.
No?
Hold on. Is there anything more than the pictures that you showed me?
And they're saying based on the pictures that they showed you, they don't think it can be done within the time frame that you're saying.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that's stored outside of the property. It appears that the property was bought out and they evicted people, and then all the stuff that was left they threw it outside. So.
Listen.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, 60 days then.
No. Oh, I thought you was telling me that it was so much stuff that's gonna take longer than January 8th. It's not a health and safety hazard. We are outside of
it's not hurricane season.
All right. Abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Do I have to come back here?
Only if you don't fix it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Stephanie Pierre, case number RCCOR 2019-00017. The officer is Gary Beswick.
I got it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead, give me your name, your address, and your relationship to the property.
Stephanie Jean-Pierre, 1245 Northwest 130th Street, owner.
All right. You've been made aware of the violation, correct?
Yes.
Any objections to this violation?
No.
How much time do you need?
6 months.
Give you
If possible.
I'll give you 3 months. All right. Find out
It can't be done in 3 months.
Then we'll be back.
It's a large amount of violations, and
Then we'll be back and see what progress you've made. All right.
well, I have to. Well, will I be charged at $250 per day?
We'll see how much work you put in. All right.
On what date?
Well, I find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of March 11th. If not abated by March 11th, then it's $250 per day until abated. So what will happen is that if you haven't done what you're supposed to do by March 11th or March 18th, I'll see you again and I'll ask you, what have you done?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Ives Polanese, case number CEGMP 2019-00133. The officer is Wayne Clark.
How are you?
Good.
My name is Yves Polinis.
My address is 1665 Northwest 121 Street. And my cousin live in this house. He gave me that letter yesterday evening. He told me the inspector said you have to paint.
He lives in the house, but you own it?
I'm on the house, but
Okay.
she live in this house.
All right.
She said, the inspector said you have to paint all the window, make that it look good, that don't look good. And I take the letter, come in
Don't
here,
look
and I can do that in 2 days.
All right, so you don't, there's no objection, and you can do it in 2 days.
2 days.
All right. Find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
very much.
All right. Did you need a translator? No. All right. Mr. Translator, thank you. All right. Translators, we thank you for your service, and you are hereby discharged. Yeah. Go ahead and call.
Irene Balcom, case number CESSP 2019-0049. The second case for Irene Balcom is CEWWC 2019-00068.
Yes, Your Honor, that's the first time I said that. I never had to go to court for anything, and I didn't want to have any violations. Actually, I'm glad you called me because I really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and express myself. Also, I'm sorry I was late because I called code compliance at 9 o'clock, 305-895-9832, and I left a message that I would be late. So I don't know if you got that message.
No, they were already here.
Well, I mean, I apologize.
That's okay.
That, and
I'm always late to something.
well, I'm not, but anyway, I wanted to tell you, I was concerned. Did you want to ask me something first? You have the number of the cases.
Are you objecting to any of these cases?
No.
How much time do you need?
Well, this is the thing. It's a financial hardship.
Okay.
For the roof to be repaired or maybe all redone. I've looked into roofers, but I was afraid to call them, even to get the tarp on temporarily until I'm actually employed. And I was with the U.S. government for over 14 years. And at one time after I took care of my mother, I was so interested in nursing and school, and I looked into that a long time, but not bilingual. So, and I don't like the cold environment. So I went back to thinking about, are you listening? I mean,
yes.
Yes, I don't know what you can't listen to two people at one time. Like I
I'm
said.
skilled.
Huh?
I'm skilled.
Oh, all right. That's what I did for a long period of time.
Right.
And then when I went to the hospital that I preferred, I found it was a lot of bilingual, and I finally got the message that's what they needed actually, and I didn't do it. And then it was a blessing in disguise because I thought, I spoke to some librarians and everything. They said, well, yes, that's what I think you should do, go back with the federal government. So I have some contacts, and the police were asking me about my contact names. I don't know why, but I have the contacts. I just didn't call them. I didn't have the courage to just walk in, but that's how I got my other jobs with the federal government. I was with the U.S. Treasury, and I have a good background in school. I have 5 years of business school, business college, and from the University of Miami. I'm smart enough, and when I was then, my interest is in FHA again, where I was, and that's where my contacts are. And what I'm asking for is that I can get the roofer out, so you're assured that everything's okay with me. You know, I can't, the roof, if it rains, I have to deal with it, with a little rain coming in, but I get it out right away. And I want to ask him if there's any way he could, if you want, to put the tarp on, if you're more pleased putting the tarp on before I'm employed, or just be back with you, like in touch maybe with you personally, I don't know, to tell you about my job.
Do you have running water?
No, because I can't have that bill coming in with no, with a financial hardship.
And do you have electricity?
Yes, I have electricity. But someone was questioning, well, it's always dark there. I said, well, I don't put the porch light on. I have my bill as low as possible, you know. And of course I want to be back working. I have been working since I was 16, you know, in high school. And, you know, like I said, it was a career thing at first. And now, I know when I spoke to Crystal Cordo, she gave me a 2-month extension, but she told me she knew about the job search, and she said, if you need more time, you know, just see me. Well, I waited to the last minute thinking I'd tell her more.
Listen,
you know.
I'm gonna be.
So,
I'm gonna be very honest with you. All right. The fact that you have no running water concerns me. Whether or not you have electricity concerns me. The fact that you've had a hole in your roof for some time now, and we're a rainy state, and we know how mold develops. That is a concern to me. The condition by which you are currently living in causes me concern for your safety and health welfare.
well,
All right, which makes your case an emergency.
well, it is safe. It's just that the hole in the roof will bring in the rain, but it also brings in air, and there's not mold and all that.
But we're
and
also concerned with health concerns
Well,
as
I-
well,
I
especially when
know-
there's no running water.
Sir, I don't drink that water. I don't use it for washing my dishes. I'm very, you know, clean. I know, I have sense, so don't worry about that. I just want a chance to, since she said, you know, that to come in and she give me a little more time, and then that didn't happen, is give me next week and let me actually go down there.
Let me see
with my-
let me see the photos.
with a resume, and also bring my roofer in, and then see
That's the
if
roof?
he'll-
Yeah.
And that without a tarp?
Well, without the tarp, because
There's
I was
several
afraid
holes.
to
That's
ask for the roofer
the
to put
portion
the
where
tarp.
she lives, but towards the front, on the other end, there's like 3 more smaller holes.
Well, where it's a duplex, so I don't live in the back one where the larger hole is. So, you know, it's not always raining, and I deal with it, and
Are the windows boarded?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
the
the other
windows.
violation.
She can't
Well,
live
that's for the other.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but you cannot live there until those issues are resolved. You cannot live there. You just can't. No.
Well, the windows have been boarded, but not all of them. I have 11 windows, and only 6.
Not only are
shutters.
boarded windows a code violation, but boarded windows are a safety violation.
Well,
There's a fire. That's a fire hazard.
Well, I never. This came up suddenly that I got a complaint against me because I've always had them up and was put up properly.
Ma'am,
with
do you have any family here?
No, I don't have anybody to take them down, but I don't want to be charged for somebody taking them down. I need to just go and with a short period of time, just pray for the best that I get my job. And once I get it, I can get the loan to have everything done quick.
She has a elderly program, and also she make a benefit from the North Miami Seniors Foundation, which is right up the street also. She can go see those
Yep,
entities.
yep.
and they can
But
assist
that's not what I want to do. I want to get my loan. I already talked to
Listen,
with the
ma'am.
federal government for the loan. I already
But ma'am,
talked to them.
your situation is urgent.
Well, I know.
And
because,
so I can't have you
by what you're
just
saying,
sitting around waiting for a job.
I'm not-
I need to
I'm-
have you
I will-
take action immediately.
I will, sir.
All right.
I promise you. And if you want to give me your number, I will call you. And I hope for the best that I'll have it right away. I know God will come through. And
I mean, it looks like this property should be condemned.
no, no, sir. No, I just need, if they want to put the.
Has the
if
property
the
been
roofer
deemed
says-
condemned?
If the roofer says that he'll put the tarp on, then, and then he'll go ahead and do the roof. But as soon as I get, sir, as soon as I get the, I don't know what
know.
he's saying.
You cannot stay in a property without running water. You cannot stay in this property.
Well,
And why this property hasn't been condemned yet,
some-
I don't know.
it should not be condemned, sir. What'd you say about the running water? This will be rectified as soon as possible. I mean,
But not soon enough. You need to seek emergency shelter provisions.
No, sir.
You need to
I need
seek
somebody
emergency
to-
shelter provisions.
I need somebody to look at it like the roofer and tell you a report.
Nah.
Can I do that, please?
Now you need to seek emergency shelter provisions. This
Again,
property.
I would like to recommend the elderly program through the CP&D or either her go see, I forgot her name, at the seniors.
Yes.
North Miami Seniors Foundation, and I will ascertain that information for her if she will let me try and help her with that.
Let me get down to
I find that this property is inhabitable in its current condition.
No, you have
and,
not seen
and cannot
it,
be
sir.
and cannot be lived in. You must seek emergency shelter. That is my ruling.
Sir, let me go down for the job, and then I had already prepared to talk to them for the loan and all that, and then everything would be done very quickly.
Not quick enough, man.
Yes, within a few weeks.
That's too long. A few weeks
Well,
is too long.
Well,
This
I'm
stuff needed to be
asking-
done like yesterday. So
well, I had a 2-month extension, and I'm asking for just a little more time. Everybody else got some type of extension.
yeah, but they have running water. They have electricity. They don't have gaping holes in their roofs.
I'll get the water on as soon as I have the paycheck, and I will have it as a secure job with my background.
What's your
I'm not-
current income?
I don't have income. I sell little things I have in the house. And that's why I didn't want the water bill to be, adding up. The job is number one, because it's a financial hardship. But I promise you,
Emergency
let me go for the job.
emergency shelter until you find a job. Emergency shelter until you find a
My
job.
home would be robbed and everything else.
It's all boarded up.
No, the locks and, the people get in.
I mean,
sir.
if you want
But
to check on it from day to day, but you need to seek emergency
I can't
shelter.
check from day to day.
Yep.
Will you please let me go for the job, next week?
I cannot, in good conscience, allow you to stay in that property. Okay.
You have
Not
not-
pursuant to the code and not in good conscience.
Well,
You cannot stay in that property.
If I talk to the roofer about getting the tarp on.
You still don't have running water, and you can't afford. And as you said, you have no income at the current time. So you're
Well,
right.
yes, I have income. I have
What's your-
income that I'm selling different things, and that's my income.
Not sufficient enough to sustain yourself.
Well, of course not. like I said, I've always worked. I've worked since I was 16.
Did you apply for unemployment?
No, because I didn't want to do that. I want to be working.
You got, I mean, but
So
those
give me a-
are benefits that you are entitled to. You pay
Well,
into that. You pay into the system.
Well, maybe I am, but I don't want to be collecting an unemployment when I can be working. Now, I could go for a lower paying job, but I have not walked in and seen my friends and who hired me before and all that, and they have a leeway of you know, I worked for the chief in there before. I've always worked for the chiefs.
Okay,
You know, I mean,
so
I have a good background.
here's my ruling.
I have a very good background.
You must seek emergency shelter until the city has an opportunity to inspect the property. So you must give the city access to the property as soon as possible to inspect the property. And until that inspection happens, you need to seek emergency shelter. All right?
Sir, I'm asking you if I may please get the roofer and let him take the pictures and tell you. He's the one that knows.
I already
So
seen
if it's only
the
one
picture.
person here in building that makes that determination, let me give you another determination of a good roofer, because they do the job and they would know,
But
because
ma'am,
those beams are all right and they stay a long time.
you're gonna tarp the roof, and guess what tarping the roof is? A violation.
A violation when
Yes,
people
you
put
cannot
them
you
up?
cannot maintain a tarp on your roof. It's a
For
violation.
how long?
You can't.
3 weeks? You can't keep it up there?
Oh, it's a violation of the code.
Well, why do people, are they allowed?
They're not. They just do it, and then we fine them.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not thinking negative. I can tell you I have the job, and then within the few weeks, you
Ma'am.
know, and I can talk
Ma'am.
to, maybe the roofer,
Ma'am.
since,
Ma'am,
can I finish
no,
too?
no. You
I-
need to work with us in helping you. You understand me?
Okay, but I would
You
like
need to
say-
work with us in helping you. Am I clear?
Yes, but I would like to ask
So
you something.
you're going to seek emergency shelter. You're going to give the city access to the property, and we're going to move forward from there. Am I clear?
I hear what you're saying, but
All
I
right,
want you to see the sense in me getting
I'm not going to
robbed
make
and everything else.
I'm not going to make any other decisions until after the city has had an opportunity to inspect that property. You understand? And you are not allowed in that property overnights until that property has been deemed safe. You understand? We understand.
I just want to ask
Ma'am?
you. I want to ask you something.
Okay?
If I may get the roofer.
No.
Why can't I get a roofer if it's my property to look at the roof?
You can get a roofer to look at the roof, but you are not allowed to inhabit that property overnight until further inspection of that property to determine its safety. You understand? You
If
must,
it's safe.
ma'am. Help us.
It's better to get two opinions than one.
Help us help you, and follow my order, please. Seek emergency
Well,
shelter.
I never heard of what you mean by emergency shelter.
If you listen to these good people in the city, they will direct you to that emergency shelter. All right?
Sir,
I
I
can't
will
take-
take her over to the police department, Linda. I was with you 2 hours
Okay,
yesterday.
yeah,
I will
but
assist you again
I
in
need
making
my-
those calls.
I have so
I'm
many
sorry,
papers
for the record,
that
Commander
I need
Kessler
to-
Brooks, North Miami Police Department. We will take over to the department, get her a way to make the calls, assist her in making those calls, and finding placement.
Thank you.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, please follow the officer.
Let me ask you something, sir. If I would find a neighbor that would let me stay there until I get the job, then that would be assistance, right?
As long as you're
No,
not.
no,
as
I
long as-
don't know.
As long as you're not occupying that building, that's fine.
But
As long as you're not occupying that dwelling, that is fine.
Okay, and then I can get the roofer, at any time now.
And you must let the city inspect the property.
Well, that at the time of the roofing, he can tell you,
Ma'am.
and you can tell, I have to get permits,
Ma'am,
right?
the city must
Right.
inspect the property. You cannot return until the city has had an opportunity to inspect the property. So I suggest to you that you cooperate with the city in inspecting the property.
Can I have an extension to get my job so that I
Ma'am.
can have the roofer just do the roof
Ma'am.
like you need done?
I made my decision. The officer is here to assist you. If you can, please follow the officer. And if you find a neighbor that can do it, that's great. But the officer will assist you here initially.
A neighbor that can give you a place to stay until you get your things done. You cannot be in the house. If you with a neighbor, that's fine, but you just can't be in the house. Linda, you're not. Linda,
I saw enough, and we need to,
He
and I
saw
need
pictures,
somebody
Linda.
to go in there and look at it.
Linda, okay then.
I want to tell you something, without the air conditioning on, I took my clothes out of the drawers, no.
Okay, come on, Linda, I'll explain to you. I'll get you.
And, you know,
Li-
the
Lin-
homeless
Linda,
are like
will
it
it,
should
Linda,
be.
you have to give someone else a chance. Come on.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you.
I just want to express one more thing too, that I had a car accident, and when I go anywhere, I was a safe driver, but it wasn't my fault, and my car was totaled, and, so I want to plan when I work to save my money, go on the buses until I can get a new car, but that's after the roof and everything is straightened out. Yeah, and, I just want to tell you that, it's time consuming. And so, you know, I want time to try to organize, because I'm not organized in the house, especially with my paperwork, everything I have to do. I work very quickly, but,
Call the next case.
All right.
but, this is like a nightmare to
next
me,
case
because
is
the home
speaking.
is safe for me to be in. and
We
the-
need, but we can't, we are not gonna take your word. We're gonna make that determination for ourselves.
Now, what is the person that is going to make this determination?
The officers will give you the information you need.
I have it here.
Give it to
I
you
have it
right
here.
there. That office.
Linda, I'm right here.
And also, I can get the roofer to tell you.
Right, we'll talk about that. We'll discuss
Sure.
it.
We'll talk to him.
Sure.
Come on, we'll discuss it.
Thank you. Your what?
The next case is AHDS Ocean King LLC, case number RCCOR 2018-00039. Stand by.
Small recess. Y'all must have had like ticket cases or something else that kept y'all here that late. All right, y'all know what we do. Let's go. I'll tell you, it's not lunchtime yet. Call the next case.
AHDS Ocean King LLC, case number RCCOR 2018-00039. This case was previously adjudicated on May 8th. The officer is Gary Beswick.
There's no one here on behalf of the property owner. Is there compliance?
No.
Let the compliance go forward. Yes.
Alejandro de la Cruz, case number RCCOR 2018-00025.
Comply.
Case dismissed. I don't know what you've been used to, young lady.
Alfred Chunga, case number CEPFY 2019-00261. Officer Karen Jean Lewis.
There's no one here on behalf of this property, officer.
Good morning, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. The property 930 Northeast 132 Street was cited for vehicles being parked on the grass. Contact was made with Mr. Chunga. He stated he's going to try to get a permit to install gravel, but as of the final reinspection date on the 11th, there's been no change.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist, and issue an abatement date of January 8th, if not abated by January 8th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
Burger King Court 3082, case number CEP PK 2019-00003.
So Burger King just gonna disrespect us like that? They ain't gonna send nobody? Man. Officer.
Good morning, Court Officer St. Louis. The first violation is for the parking lot. It needs to be repaved. Violation was handed to the manager on December 4th at 3:20 p.m. I have pictures.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of January 8th, if not abated by January 8th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
And the second violation is for their certificate of use.
Same fine. I find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of January 8th, not abated by January 8th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
Shayna Scott, case number CERCV 2019-00090.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property located at 245 Northeast 124th Street. This is in reference to a trailer that's being stored on the side of the property. The property was posted on December 4th, 2019 at approximately 11:13 a.m. and the vehicle remains.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, I find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
City Mortgage Inc., case number CENBR 2019-00065. Officer is Jose Perez.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 13745 Northwest 4th Court. This is in reference to the building address that's not on the property. The property was posted on December 4th, 2019 at approximately 2:09 p.m.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Same City Mortgage, Inc., case number CEODS 2019-00140.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property located at 13745 Northwest 4th Court. This is in reference to miscellaneous items being stored outside of the property. Property was posted on December 4th, 2019, at the same time as the previous, at 2:04 p.m.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Next case, Delicia Aim, CEIVY 2019-00152. This case was previously adjudicated on December 11th. The officer is Jose Perez.
There's no one here on behalf of the property. Is there compliance?
Which property owner, sorry?
Delicia.
Jeez. No compliance.
Let the fines go forward.
Dara Capital, case number RCCOR 2019-00029. The officer is Gary Beswick.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
Good morning, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami Building Department. Property was cited for failure to obtain and approve reoccupancy certificate. As of today, there is no approved reoccupancy certificate. Property was posted with notice to appear on December 5th, 2019 at 9:15 a.m. Affidavit of services on file.
Having heard testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, there's $250 per day until abated.
Next case is Dixie Highway Enterprises, Inc., case number CEGEF 2019-00009. The officer is Karen Jean Lewis.
There's no one here on behalf of this property, officer.
Good morning, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. The property 12900 West Dixie Highway was cited for a dumpster enclosure. The owner, Reagan Hansen, was unable to make it this morning. I'm requesting that we table it for 60 days. She did obtain the permit. It's just a matter of getting the work done.
All right, reset February 18th. Nope, I was right, February 19th.
Emmanuel and Maria Mayer, case number CEWRA 2019-00035. The officer is Aaron Barber.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
Shannon Sanders, City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer, hearing the case for the absent Aaron Barber. This is a new case for property address 2137 Northeast 127th Street for no numbers being on the rear of the property. This violation was originally opened August 13th, whereas a notice was mailed out to the property. As of yesterday, approximately between 10 and 11. The address numbers still remain missing on the rear of the property. I am showing proper service was given. The property was posted with a notice to appear on December 4th, 2019 at 3:12 p.m.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Emmanuel Mayer and Maria Chang, case number CEWRA 2019-00036. The officer is Aaron Barber.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer, here in this case for the absent Aaron Barber. This is a new violation for property address 2133 Northeast 123rd Street, same property owner, Emmanuel Mayer. This is also a violation for not having address numbers on the rear of the property. The property was posted with the notice to appear. I'm sorry, it was originally opened August 13th, 2013, whereas a notice of violation was sent out. As of yesterday, I inspected the property, but not on the waterways. I'm showing here 10:50 a.m. Notice that the address numbers are still missing. I am showing that proper service was given. She posted the property on December 4th, 2019 at 3:14 p.m.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Frank Santiago, case number CEGMP 2019-00050. The officer is Edme St. Louis.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
Good afternoon, Code Officer St. Louis. The property owner was supposed to be here. Got a phone call late yesterday, just before I left the office. He's at Jackson North, room 21, bedroom 1. So can we table it 2 months, if possible?
Table till February 19th.
Iron Gate Investment Group, LLC, case number CENBR 2019-00048. The officer is Jose Perez.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 12630 Northeast Miami Place. This is in reference to the property address not posted at the property. Property was posted on December 4th at approximately 12:14 p.m. and compliance has not been met.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Iron Gate Investment Group, LLC, CESSP 2019-00051. The officer is Jose Perez.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 12630 Northeast Miami Place. This is in reference to plywood that is boarded up to the front of the property on the windows. Property was posted on December 4th at approximately 12:14 p.m. Compliance has not been met.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 6th, if not January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Iron Gate Investment Group, LLC, CEWWC 2019-00073. Officer is Jose Perez.
There's no one here on behalf of that property, officer.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property at 12630 Northeast Miami Place. Finally, this violation is regarding to the roof, specifically the rotting fascia boards throughout the entire property. The property was posted at December 4th, approximately 12:14 p.m., and compliance has not been met.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, that's $250 per day until abated.
Jacqueline Marcelin, case number CEIVY 2019-00188. The officer is Wayne Clark.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
Yeah, this violation was opened on September 2019. Reference to a derelict vehicle on the property. Did have proper service. December 4th, 2019, at the final inspection on December 11th, 2019. The vehicle is still there, and I have no contact with the property owner of the vehicle. No change. It's still there.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, finding the violation does exist as cited, issued an abatement date of January 8th, and not abated by January 8th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
Jean Lewis, case number CERCV 2019-00146.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
Say the address again because we both have a Jean Lewis.
The officer is Vanessa
Jean-Louis.
Willis.
Thank you. This is a new case. Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Housing Inspector. This particular case was written on July 16, 2019. Property was cited for a boat stored on the property without a variance. There's a picture of the boat. I don't know. Yeah, they showed it. Property was posted December 5th, 2019 at 11:45 a.m. There is an affidavit in the file, and to date, they are not in compliance.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issued an abatement date of January 8th, if not abated by January 8th, there's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
Jean Narcisse and Berlinder Pask, case number MHVIO 2019-00083. This case was previously adjudicated on November 13th. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Table for 90 days.
All right, table till March the 18th.
Marvelous Gallardi, case number CEIVY 2019-00193. The officer is Jose Perez.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property 115 Northwest 124th Street. This is in reference to a crashed white Scion that is under the carport. The property was posted on December 4th at approximately 11:48 a.m. The property is not in compliance.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of January 8th, not abated by January 8th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
Margarita De Ora, case number CERCV 2019-00148. The officer is Vanessa Willis.
Violation was written July 5th, 2019 for a boat on the property without a variance. And to date, they are not in compliance. The property was posted. Wait, that's not the right one. Property was posted December 4th, 2019 at 12:05 p.m. They are not in compliance.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of January 8th, if not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
Marie LaFond and Jimmy Valise, case number CEFAW 2019-00174. The officer is Edmund St. Louis.
There's no one here on behalf of the property, officer.
This violation is for the painting of the gate as of Notice to appear was posted on December 4th at 1:41 p.m. And as of the final recheck on December 11th, violation remained.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Marlene A. Jolly and H. Sampson, case number CEEXP 2019-00152. The officers, Edme St. Louis.
There's no one here on behalf of the property. Officer?
There's 2 violations for the property. Can I request for 2 months postponed?
All right, table until February the 19th. Yes. All right.
McPack Enterprises, CEIVY 2019-00191. The officer is Karen Jean Lewis.
There's no one here on behalf of the property. Officer?
Good afternoon, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. The property 970 Northeast 133 Street was cited to remove the inoperable black sedan that has front end damage and also punctured tires. The notice to appear was posted on the property on December the 4th at 11 a.m. And as of the final reinspection date, the violation remains.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, it is $250 per day until abated.
Marvin Chapman Jr. and W. Margaret, case number CEGMP 2019-00073. This case was previously adjudicated on August 28th. The officer is Edme St. Louis.
There's no one here on behalf of the property. Is there compliance?
There's no compliance, however, the property owner are elderly. I did advise them to go ahead and go through the process with the city. They partially did the work themselves as far as painting the exterior wall, but the roof remains unpressure washed and painted. It's a white roof, so it's like mildew and stain on the very top. So can we postpone 1 month to see where they're at with the process?
All right. Table until January the 15th.
Thank you.
Pedro Mendoza, case number MHVIO 2019-00189. The officer is Gary Beswick.
And there's no one here on behalf of this property. Officer?
What's the number? Okay, I got it. Good afternoon, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami Building Department. The property was cited to failure to obtain all required permits, installation of a driveway and a fence. As of today, there's no permit apply for or obtain. These are a picture of the fence and the driveway and the approach that was installed without a required permit. Property was posted for notice to appear on December the 5th, 2019 at 9:39 a.m. Affidavit of services on file.
Having heard the testimony and the evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
RK Sands Sushi Plaza LLC, The case number is FYBRR 2018-0003. The officer is Gary Beswick.
Having heard, there's no one here on behalf of the property. Officer.
Good afternoon, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami. The property was cited for 40-year recertification. As of yesterday, we have not received a report for the property. We're seeking adjudication. Property was posted for notice to appear on December the 5th, 2019 at 11:03 a.m. An affidavit of services on file.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of January 8th, not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
Ronald Smith, case number CEIVY 2019-00171. The officer is Vanessa Willis.
No one here on behalf of the property. Officer.
Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami, Housing Inspector. Property was cited on August 7, 2019 for an inoperable vehicle on the property, and they are not in compliance. I'm going to pull up the affidavit. See.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of January 8th, not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
And property was posted December 5th, 2019 at 12:48.
I knew that.
Sandra and Peggy A. Britt, case number CENUS 2019-01078. The officer is Jose Perez.
There's no one here on behalf of the property. Officer.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property located at 12140 North Miami Avenue. This is in regards to a repeat violation, just scattered debris and trash throughout the entire property. The property was posted on December 6, 2019 at approximately 10:18 p.m. And I've received several complaints about this from all the neighbors throughout the area. It's a real big issue. It's also a public safety issue because now we have miscellaneous trash and debris just flying everywhere. So I just want to reiterate the severity of the case.
Okay. Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of January 8th, not abated by January 8th, and it's $250 per day until abated.
Thank you.
Sorrel and Samarsha Pierre Charles, case number RCCOR 2018-0036. The officer is Gary Beswick.
There's no one here on behalf of the property.
Good afternoon, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami Building Department. The property was cited the failure to obtain an approved reoccupancy certificate from the city. As of today, there is no approved reoccupancy certificate that was obtained. Property was posted for notice to appear on December the 5th, 2019 at 9:07 a.m. Affidavit of service is on file.
Having heard the testimony and the evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of January 8th, if not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Sway 2014, A Borrower LLC, case number RCCOR 2019-00022. The officer is Gary Beswick.
How, Sway? How? There's no one here on behalf of the property.
Good afternoon, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami. The property was cited for failure to obtain an approved reoccupancy certificate. I know it was posted, but I didn't put it in the system, but another property was posted on December the 5th, 2019.
All right, having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of January 8th, not abated by January 8th, it is $250 per day until abated.
Venice Park Condominium Association, case number CEE XC 2019-00028. The officer is Shanna Sanders.
There's no one here on behalf of the property. The association ain't send nobody? Wow.
No, and she's usually here, so I'm kind of surprised that she's not here. Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a new case for non-maintenance of the exterior of the property. This violation was originally opened October 7th, 2019, whereas I sent out a couple of letters to the property owner and to the association. I even verbally had a conversation with her at the last meeting, about this violation. So she's definitely aware of it. As of last week, Wednesday, the violation still remains. I am showing that the property was posted on December 4th, 2019 at 11:35 p.m. I do have property photos of the property if you would like to see. It's like a lot of mildew and mildew and mold that needs to be pressure cleaned over the outside.
Yes.
Again, I'm surprised she's not here because she's usually here. It seems as though, as you can see maybe in some of the photos, it looks like somebody maybe started pressure cleaning, but it's been, been like this unmaintained for over a month, even after this pressure cleaning started. So the city is looking for an adjudication with hopes that they'll go ahead and, finish up with the pressure cleaning and the removal of this dirt and mildew.
All right. Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Williamson Investment, case number MHVIO 2019-00258. The officer is Gary Beswick.
There's no one here on behalf of the property. Mr. Officer.
Good afternoon, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami Building Department. The property was cited to obtain all required permits for interior and exterior alteration and renovation that was in progress. As of yesterday, there's no permit have been issued. The property was posted to notice to appear on December the 5th, 2019 at 9:02 a.m.
All right. Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as issued, and issue an abatement date of January 8th. If not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Williamson Investment, case number RCCOR 2019-00025. Officer Gary Beswick.
Good afternoon, Gary Beswick for the City of North Miami. This property was cited to the failure to obtain an approved reoccupancy certificate prior to title transfer from the City of North Miami as of today that have not been applied for or issued. A notice to appear was posted at the property on December 5th, 2019 at 9:02 a.m. Affidavit of service is on file.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of January 8th, and not abated by January 8th. It is $250 per day until abated.
That final case concluded today's magistrate hearing.
You skipped 995. Where is it?
Well, we were on it, and we were supposed to come back to it. They didn't.
Right, they never showed up. So go ahead.
Let me recall it.
Please recall the case, Madam Clerk.
Gotta find them. Let me see. 995 Northeast 135th Street Partners LLC, case number CESIP 2019-0054. The officer is Karen Jean Lewis.
Take notice thereof that there was originally a sign in it and the person is no longer before this magistrate. Officer?
Good afternoon, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. The property 993 Northeast 135th Street was cited to remove the banner that's hanging outside of the barbershop. Per the city ordinance, those type of banners are not permitted. Notice to appear was posted, and as of the final reinspection date on December 11th, the violation remains.
Having heard the testimony, evidence presented, the property owner failing to appear after having had proper notice and after having signed in, find that a violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of January 8th, if not abated by January 8th, then it's $250 per day until abated. Is there anything else to come before this special magistrate?
So he was here and left? There had to be somebody else because it's my case. Pomerantz.
Okay, maybe we overlooked it.
Yeah,
Let me
I didn't
find
see
it.
him either. Yeah, because he usually comes and he wasn't here today.
Apologies. Let me find him here. Daniel Pomerantz, case number CEGMP 2018-00432. This case was previously adjudicated on June 12th. The officer is Vanessa Willis.
There's no one here on behalf of the property. Is there compliance?
No, there is not, and the property was posted on December 4th, 2019 at 2:12 p.m. And as of the abatement date, he was not in compliance.
Let the fines go forward.
That's their photo.
Anything else to come before this special magistrate?
No, sir, that concludes our special magistrate hearing for the day.
These hearings are hereby adjourned.